Another year has come and gone, and yet again, our yearly tier list must be made.
Yes.
A ranking of
A
movies.
ranking of films. This is myself. I'm here with Messer, Riley, and
Hello.
Anthony should be here later. He's not here at the moment. Hopefully he gets
Hopefully.
here because there's some movies on here that I know I did not watch.
What do we got? We got 50 movies this year total?
We got a
We
little
got
bit
more than
more than
that.
that, Riley. We've got 72 to get through this time around.
Oh, cool.
So let's just go ahead and get started.
Get
Um,
into it.
yeah, we've got same tier list as last year. No tier changes. Um, let's start with one that we've all actually seen.
Do you know what that is?
K-pop Demon Hunters. We're starting with that one.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. I'll throw. I'm probably the one who's watched this most recently for the first time.
Probably, yeah.
Loved it.
Probably.
I thought the message was really good behind it, especially for the audience it catered to. We are getting a sequel in like 3 years, I think.
Yeah, but that's from Sony Pictures. That could be in 9 years.
Said the liar.
True.
Yes.
Ah, liar. That's what that was circulating. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and say invited to the barbecue. Highly
Right.
recommend actually.
I would push for invited to the barbecue.
That's what I was gonna say too.
To be fair, I have not watched. I watched this movie the weekend it came out before it became a national phenomenon. Um, and yeah, I like it too. I think the animation's great, music's great, characters, designs are great, action's fun. I think the story's a little weaker, if I'm being honest. I think we spend a little too much time with Genu and the romance just for it to not really go anywhere at the end. I mean, it does go somewhere, but it didn't go in a way that was satisfying for me at least.
I think it's you make a good point. I think it's weaker. Honestly, it's kind of like weaker towards the like end,
And I
sort of.
would agree. I think yeah.
I I would agree, but the biggest point for this to me is the teacher woman who
Oh,
I don't
Yeah,
know her
her.
name. If you
Yeah,
do,
I
she just
don't.
Celine.
I
shows up in
really
that one
don't.
scene,
Celine.
and yeah, and they have that conversation. I'm like, why weren't you in the rest of the movie?
That's a
Yeah, give me like
great
a
question.
give me a Netflix series about the other Huntress groups throughout time. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
Netflix, so hey,
that's true. If only they had any other movies this year that they market.
fair. Or
Right.
wanted to market. Hang on.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm fine putting
Oh,
this
all right,
invited to the
yeah, I'll
barbecue.
I'll agree.
A
Invited to the barbecue
strong
sounds good
a
to me.
strong start. I guess we'll go in order. I've seen Arco. That's one of the best animated feature nominees for this year. It's a French movie, but I watched the English sub.
The French
Arco.
kept it guarded under lock and
Yeah,
key
they
for
they've
so
kept it
long.
guarded under lock and key. It just came out like today on the Letterbox video store, so you can find it. But yeah, it was they did not want people to see it for some reason. It's really good. I would say this is probably the most timeless animated movie I've seen of the year. Like you watch it and you feel like it could have came out in any decade. Like even like as far back as like the 80s.
Hmm.
Like it feels like
Eh,
very classically Ghibli-esque is the best way I could put it. And there's like themes of like climate change and like future and like times of changing and stuff like that, but not it just more so feels like because the movie's set in the future, this is just naturally how humanity has evolved, you know?
mhm.
But the movie is absolutely gorgeous. The 2D animation is really, really pretty. The characters are all very fun to watch. It's got interesting themes of like abandonment and then like again like the climate change and how humanity adapts. I think this is my favorite animated movie of the year. Um, which I will say this year kind of blew as far as animation goes. But this one's really good. Would put this. I think I would put this highly recommended. I wouldn't. It's like borderline on peak, but I don't think it's quite there. But it is really really good, and I would like it to win best animated feature this year.
Dang,
All right.
fair enough.
All right. Looks like next up, I'm probably the only one who's seen this.
You are.
Back in Action, another Netflix original starring Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz, I think.
I think so. Yeah, it's Cameron Diaz.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look, it's a fun family, funny spy movie. They play it. The movie starts out like they're both. I don't know. It's kind of forgettable, truth be told. I'm trying to remember the full beginning, but they play parents. It's a story that's been done over and over. They play parents now. They're secretly retired spies, but then they get drawn back into the life and have to protect their kids from it. Um, Look, it's fun. It's not bad per se. It's just average. Better to watch it with the family. It's one of those movies.
Is it a movie that
Uh,
exists?
um, I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed watching it, so I'm gonna say like very bottom of net positive
All right, throw it up there.
because
Alright.
like, it was an enjoyable experience just to kind of like sit and watch it, but uh I wouldn't go any further than that.
Now, we've got Riley. Are you the only one who's seen James Cameron's most recent
Am I?
box office
The
shattering?
next outing of the blue people.
Yeah,
Am I?
Blue
Wow.
Fellas
Okay.
3.
Cool. I'm happy to talk about this. I won't try and take too long on this, but man, once again, James Cameron knocks it out of the park. I mean, it's actually creepy how he can do it so many times. But look, they played around with the idea that Avatar needed in the second one, where they're like, hey, there are other tribes than just like the forest people, and the forest people who live in this area of the forest. So we got like the water tribes, and this time we get fire tribes. And not really to spoil anything, but he goes even further to kind of flip it because they don't worship the same like deity at all that like all the other peeps do. And so it makes it actually like really cool because you don't expect them to go, hey, it's avatars v avatars, Navi versus Navi, but these are ones who are really different. They do, I would say, have a compelling reason for why they are the way that they are. We do get the return of Quaritch as our overarching villain. He actually gets I think he's probably my second favorite character in the film, honestly. Stephen Lang, who's like, I think like 70. Can you look up how old he is real quick,
Stephen
Esteban?
Lang.
Yeah,
Yes.
the
Hang
guy who
on.
plays Quaritch. Because it's actually insane.
He is 73
Yeah,
years old.
he's 73, but it's ridiculous how in shape he is. He does like all his own mocap and everything. The only gripe I think I have about this film, and that is kind of shared online, is that the side story, right? So we have like Jake Sully trying to be Jake Sully amidst the whole saga, and they try to play more with the story of his youngest son, or yeah, youngest son, who is now has the spotlight on him due to recent events from the second film, which I won't say because somebody needs to watch it. Uh,
It might be me.
but
It might
I think
also be
it's
me.
both of you. Um, and they they're so close in the writing for it. Like it's weird because he it's almost like that's what he wants to be like the main part of the story because it's obviously like Jake's not gonna live forever. He's gonna age and grow old. But it's still Jake Sully. It's his story still. So The son, unfortunately, kind of takes a backseat, even though the writing makes it feel like he is the main focus of like the heartfelt stuff. But look, visuals, as always, great. Sets up the last two films. James Cameron said he'll do 5. He said he'll do the next one if this one got really well in the box office, and hey, it did. Beautiful film. Writing, I think, is a very, I would put it like 8 out of 10. Another great entry. I like it better than the second one, truth be told. I would put this at highly recommended. Absolutely.
All right.
This was one of my favorites of the year.
We got Blue Moon. I watched this yesterday. Uh, I watched this movie because Ethan Hawke is up for a Best Actor nomination for this movie. And I watched it, and yeah, he deserves that nomination 100%. He's the kind of carrying the entire movie on his back. Not like because the movie's bad, it's just it lives or dies on his performance. He is playing a man named Lorenz Hart, who, if you don't know who that is understandable, but he wrote the song Blue Moon, which I'm sure y'all might be familiar with. And it's just a kind of a character study of him. The entire movie takes place in this little bar at the reception of his ex-partner's new musical, and it's the first musical he's done without Lorenz, and it's gonna be his biggest hit. So he's very envious and jealous. And he's honestly a very pretentious and insufferable man, but he's also so sad and pathetic and small that like you can't help but like feel sorry for him, even though like he is annoying to be around. Yeah, I really like this one, and it's only like 90 minutes long, so it's really short. Unfortunately, my pick for Best Actor was not nominated, so
Dang.
if I had to pick, from the nominations, I don't know. I would be okay. I would be okay if Ethan Hawke won. I think this is a really really great performance from him. I think it would be a very deserved win if he did win. And yeah, I would highly recommend this one. It's short. It's surprisingly warm despite being a sad movie. Like the vibe is very warm and nice. It's really good. I liked it a lot. All right, we got Ballerina up next.
Another one of my. Just me? Okay.
It was on my watch list and it sat there the whole year.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Look, it's we finally get a look into the world of John Wick outside of John Wick, because for some reason the Peacock show they did about the hotel is canon and not canon at the same time, I think. I don't know. But Ana de Armas proves here that she's a very strong female lead, like I think most films she does. She showed I would say she showed pretty good range of emotion in this one. That's not obviously the focus because it's a John Wick movie, shoot 'em up.
Yeah,
Uh
how's
get a
her action?
she kicks ass, like straight up. She trained like most everybody else that does John Wick does. She has really good action scenes. And the thing too is that it's not like it is like a John Wick film, but it's not, because it's established like in the first like 15 minutes. Look, she's a very petite lady who's short, thin. She is not gonna like beat 99% of the guys that she has to fight being an assassin, unless she, uses everything to her advantage and plays dirty. And that's, by God, that's what she does like through the whole movie, to kick butt. There are some really fun set pieces in this based off of the trailer. Since it's not a spoiler, yes, John Wick does appear. He does have more than like a 2-minute appearance. I found this really fun. I don't think it's the best movie out of the whole John Wick franchise. I think that goes to either gosh, the fourth one or the first one, maybe. But regardless, I put this at. Oh wait, now that I put it at Nate. I would put it net positive above Back in Action.
Yeah, I mean, they're not ordered, so this is just kind of the tier. But I
Ah,
can put it here if it makes you feel nicer.
yeah. Well, looking at it makes me feel nicer.
Do you want to
Because
demote Back in Action?
no,
Okay.
no, because I had a like I said, I enjoyed watching both, but
Okay.
no, Ballerina was good. It's not doing anything special in terms of emotional cues or writing from any other action flick, but I thought it was a good movie.
Okay. All right. I'm actually gonna We're gonna skip 3 movies because Anthony is the only one who's seen Anaconda. I'm the only one who's seen Black Bag, and I have seen Bugonia, but I know Anthony has also seen this, so I want to wait in case he shows up. So that leaves Captain
Oh
America:
boy. Oh
Brave
boy.
New World.
Captain
Oh
America, the
boy.
brave new guy.
The
Marvel's
Hulk
kickoff to 2025.
the Hulk film that is
Yep,
Captain America placed in it.
it is. That's a good way to describe it. Another way I would describe this movie is boring as fuck. It's-
It's pretty oh, don't forget they have a main character is an IDF agent
oh yeah, right.
or she's Mossad.
She trains in. Yeah, they specifically mention
And
where she trains. Yeah.
whoever's watching this, feel free or don't to look up her comic appearance. Spoiler alert, she just wears the flag of Israel as her costume.
Isn't there like a scene where she's like kills like a child and then this like Hulk's like you should feel bad about this and she's like no.
I don't know if I remember her killing a kid in the film.
No, not in the movie. In the
Oh,
comic strip.
oh, that I don't know because
I'll have to look that up later.
she's a character who literally hasn't shown up since like the 80s, I think,
Yeah.
for good reason. Uh,
To be honest, she
yeah,
doesn't.
no,
She's not even really that. That's more of a comic thing. She's barely even a factor in the movie itself. She's just kind of there and boring and
yeah,
characterless. She has no
and
personality.
I think part of that is that they tried to remove her from as much of the film as they could without there being missing parts. Because here's another thing that I think hurt this film. It went through like I think 2 stages of reshoots and rewrites because
Yeah.
the the whole opening scene, which is kind of cool with the Serpent Society, there were like 3 or 4 other. 2 were wrestlers, which they fine whatever. They were actual named characters instead of just goons and one guy. Uh, but that whole like opening scene and them as the villains through the movie was like actually like the main plot of the film, and it was more than just one
Before they
Carlo
turned it
Esposito
into the Hulk 2.
and the other guy. Uh, yeah, I do not get the like Hulk rewrites
I
because
don't.
from what I remember when this leaked, it was gonna be like Captain America v Serpent Society, and it was like a very like political Captain America-esque movie.
Well, I mean,
And then
honestly, it probably still would have been bad because I don't know who in their right mind is putting Giancarlo Esposito in at his current age in an action sequence against Captain America. Whose
I
idea was
mean,
that?
it was pretty cool though.
It's the man is like 70.
Yeah, but it was cool to see him fight though.
I mean, I guess he's there. I don't. This movie
Messer,
is just baffling to me. Messer, do you have
Yeah.
thoughts on this?
do you have
Do you want to
thoughts?
chime in?
I haven't seen the movie,
Oh, you haven't. I
but
thought you had
Oh,
seen this. Sorry, I misunderstood.
no. The I just know that the Red Man is really angry, and
Red
that's
yep.
the movie.
Hulk.
Oh, and
Yep.
the craziest thing about this movie, Esteban, I think, in my opinion, is I'm gonna say spoiler alert for those of you who are watching. It really doesn't matter.
I don't think
At the
anyone
very end, the
cares.
post-credit scene is Falcon, or sorry, Sam Wilson, Captain America, talking to the leader in the raft, and the leader basically somehow knows that Doom is coming.
Look, we'll talk
Well, he's
about
got
Doom.
that big brain, you know.
Yeah, you know.
He has this big brain, but it's like cool. We've had like one movie that we've seen Doom in, and it hasn't even been connected to like the main MCU timeline.
We haven't even had a movie that we've seen Doom in. We've had a post-credit scene that
This
we.
okay, which you know what? While we're on the topic of MCU, let's talk about the much better MCU film of the
All right,
year,
well, wait, hang on. We
Fantastic
gotta, we
Four.
gotta, we gotta throw this one in here. I was thinking of this. This is honestly, I would throw this in a bad movie. I would never watch this movie again. I had a
Uh,
thoroughly unpleasant experience the entire
I
time.
I would say it was a disappointment for me. I would watch it again only if it was like on late night or something, and I'm like, well, it's either this or the news channel.
This or the new. What is that the bar?
That's
I feel like because of that, that has no. It's bad. We're throwing it in bad.
oh, okay.
That's,
If that's the bar you're setting, then I'm kicking it
I
down
feel
to
like
bad move.
that was an indictment of the movie you just made, Riley.
Oh man,
I
I mean,
well,
we could do the MCU. We'll just power through the MCU. Where is Fantastic Four? Where are you? There you are. Here he is. I'm just put it up at the front. We've all
right.
seen this one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like this movie. I
good
like this
movie.
movie a lot.
I thought this movie was overrated.
I could
I
see
mean,
that.
I can
I
see
think
that.
I think my opinions on it have dimmed since I saw it initially. I think I still like it. I still think it's a fun movie, but it's not it's not the big return that everybody thought it might be.
I think I might have liked it better if it wasn't as hyped up as it was on release. Like when this came out, like this was the "We're Back" movie online, and like all of the Fantastic Four people were like saying like this is a great Fantastic Four
I
movie.
Well, to be fair to the Fantastic Four people,
I
this is their
understand.
back
I
movie.
understand.
this
I
this is the We're
understand.
So Back movie.
Yeah, I
This
get
is
it.
their Super Bowl.
I
They needed this one.
understand. I understand they needed this, especially after Fan Four Stick. I get it. I get it. I would be hyped too. But to me, I came in expecting not I wasn't expecting like, a masterpiece or anything, but I was expecting, an upper tier MCU movie. And what I got was a, a middle tier MCU movie. Like it was fine, I guess. Like everything in this movie, I don't think there's anything aggressively bad in this movie. I will say that. Like there's not many flaws here. It's just nothing amazed me. Everyone is just kind of operating on decent but not great here.
I I will say, I am very happy they pulled off Mr. Fantastic's powers without it looking horrid.
Yeah, yeah,
That was cool
that's pretty cool. And like,
because that was
It was
that was a
cool.
worry for a lot of people because of recent MCU CGI, but I think it worked.
yeah, he doesn't do anything like that crazy, but
I would say that's my thing. He doesn't do enough in the movie to where I think you get a good read on it.
yeah.
Read like Richards, but
I guess the big CGI thing would be like, Big Boy Galactus.
yeah, the big man who eats a pile of dirt.
He does eat some dirt. I don't know. Was I stupid for thinking this? Like after seeing the Thunderbolts post-credit scene, I thought that the reason the Fantastic Four had jumped universes basically,
Was because of
I
Galactus.
thought they lost to Galactus and therefore were like, we gotta go. And I think that
Oh, they
severely
punched
hurt.
him right in his big chin.
That severely hurt me watching the movie because I was waiting for that, like, that emotional, like, oh shit, like we're screwed moment, where the stakes felt real, and it never came. At no point was I ever like, oh, they're gonna lose. This is the end of the world. It never felt like that. The stakes just never felt as high as they should have.
Yeah,
Fair.
I know. I agree. I think a lot of it to me has to do with how small scale the fight in New York feels with Galactus. Like for
Yeah,
how big he is, the he doesn't do all that much. He just sort of walks down the street and
yeah,
then like he gets either force pulled or like hit with a rock man or hit with fire,
or a
and then he
truck.
gets pushed into the big portal and then he's gone.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
uh,
Silver Surfer was in this movie.
They're fine.
yeah,
Yeah,
a
they're
version of
fine.
Silver Surfer.
I think that's
I
the
like
thing.
their
It's like
relationship with Johnny. Uh, they're fine.
I think that's a great way to sum up my, like, this movie. I'm just like, it's there. It's fine. We're not back though. This is not the we're back movie.
To
I'm
be
gonna
fair, to be fair again, it is a we're back from Quantumania. Like
true.
Okay, sure.
from
If
from where
that's
we from where we were, the quality bar, the quality like standard has been raised.
I
Like
guess
well, to be fair, we've
it's
had two.
we've had
We had Thunderbolts and
we had
this.
Thunderbolts and then this. So we've got two movies,
And
and I guess Deadpool and Wolverine people liked last year. Um,
But I feel I just treat those as different things. Those are made by different people.
I
I'm
guess I don't know.
I'm gonna come at it. I'm gonna come at it and say,
I'm in the net positive vote for this one. I honestly
yeah,
I
I
would
was gonna
not
say net
I
positive.
wouldn't rewatch this movie. I have no interest in
Really? Huh?
I
I
really
I
wouldn't.
would rewatch this movie, but I would also
Yeah.
think I would also put it in net positive.
I just, like, at the end of the movie I was like, again, Doomsday isn't out yet, but I was like, well, that's four more people that are gonna be in that movie.
Now, I forgot for a second this movie came out last year.
Quat
I'm gonna say
stealing.
Thunderbolts.
Oh, Thunderbolts. Sorry,
Thunderbolts
we could do
is
Thunderbolts. Where
is
is
the We're So Back. I'm gonna say it.
I I would agree.
It
I think it's
was
a lot closer to that than
Now,
both of the other
do
ones.
do I think Thunderbolts is good enough to make me think Doomsday will be good? No, no, I do not. I have no faith in Doomsday whatsoever. But I do really like Thunderbolts. Where is it? There it is.
um it was out of left field in terms of like tone. It is not what I like thought it was gonna be.
Mm,
It was a really like poignant like study on, I mean, just straight up on like, emotion and depression and anxiety
depression.
and
Yeah.
like how, hey, there's maybe one or two superpowered people on this team, but they're kind of more closer to like what real people deal with being in a crazy universe. Like, what do you mean you're a child assassin as a girl and you had your ovaries removed and you were forced to kill your friend? Like, yeah, you're gonna, I guess, drink to numb the pain.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I thought the whole build up for Sentry was like really good.
Sentries might be my
It's pretty
favorite part of
cool.
the movie.
Uh, we finally got a movie where the power of friendship didn't feel like a cheap
Yes.
thing.
Oh my god. Cuz, like, I knew
Holy cow.
I knew that's where it was going, but it earned it. It earned it.
It did earn it.
It made it okay. Like,
Yeah.
it happened and I was like, "You know what? I don't even care. You guys earned it. Good job." Like, I don't have any problems with this whatsoever.
Oh, let me ask this, Esteban. In the theater you were in when watching Thunderbolts, did your
Oh,
whole theater
yes.
gasp when the little girl got shadowed?
I got the best theater experience for this movie. It was so, cuz I got invited to a pre-screening, an IMAX pre-screening. before the
Oh,
movie even came
nice.
out. So it was the whole IMAX theater just packed full of people who really wanted to be there. And like it was the perfect amount of like people were still like cheering at like hype moments and like gasping, but no one was being obnoxious.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah, the
people did gasp at that. The main thing that there was like cheering and clapping when Bucky pulls up on the motorcycle.
yeah.
Yeah, that one got a lot of
Dude,
applause.
I I'm gonna say it. I loved the music for this film was really good. Like
Oh
the
yeah,
original score,
no, the score is great.
Bucky's Bucky's theme was really good, and the Thunderbolts theme was really good too. With like the I forgot what song it is that they use the like chorus for, but like instrumentalize it.
Yeah,
It was really good.
no, it really the same person who did the score. They pulled them from. They also did the score for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's bar for bar.
Now that I think about it, it just feels like they just tried harder with this movie. It really
I mean, they
does.
did.
It's the most. It's the.
It feels like there
It's
was effort
Marvel
put in.
trying, and but it's so strange because it's Marvel trying, but it's in a movie starring only C and B listers.
I
It's
feel like, yeah, and like I
and
would say like
it's so
that's
strange
what made
because
them try, but I'm like, no, they've messed up on like
yeah,
other movies in the past with that. So
it's it's a very strange movie to me because I feel like it's it's not as good as this, but it makes me think of Andor, where I was like, the Cassian Andor show. I don't
yeah,
give
no, I was
any kind
exactly.
of a shit about that. And then it comes out, and it's like, wow, that was surprisingly really good. And this is kind of the same way for me, where it's like, oh, we're doing something with these people that's fun and interesting instead of just sort of having them rot in the background like
Right,
most of
like
our other side characters.
I'm so happy that I got rewarded for watching Falcon and Winter Soldier. Now that experience was not in vain.
Yeah, this one kicked ass. I would put this in Invited to the Barbecue.
I would push it to highly recommended. I think
I think I would too.
it's that good.
Oh, I mean,
I
if
really
if
like
we're
it.
if we're in agreement, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think this is one's a highly recommended. I don't know. I think it's easily the best MCU movie since Guardians. And if we're not counting Guardians, I think this might be my favorite MCU since Endgame.
I mean,
That's fair.
that's fair. Guardians 3 was like, other than Thunderbolts, was like the last really good one.
Yeah. So I know I think this one's great. Um
Yeah.
I have no hope for Doomsday, but I would watch Thunderbolts again.
Don't worry, man. The Fox X-Men are gonna come and save
Oh
the
yeah, I know. I know.
save the
We're
multiverse.
gonna have 20 more characters. It'll be so good. There'll be glup shittos all over
No,
the screen.
the
It'll be
Fox.
so fun.
This is the Fox X-Men send off. I
They,
don't care who you are.
They all get
their
killed in
send
the
off.
first 20
Their
minutes.
movies are over. They got their send off.
I was saying, wasn't Days of Future Past the
Their
send off?
send off, and then they got another send off with Apocalypse, and then another one with Dark Phoenix,
With
and
Logan.
then now they got Logan, and now they need a Doomsday apparently.
No, because technically, Phoenix and Apocalypse were not. They didn't have those actors, so
Well, then
So
it's Days of Future Past, the good movie.
yeah. But they didn't really, because at the end of Days of Future Past, it's they meet in
They
the
get
airport or whatever in the post-credit scene.
It, look, it will be better than
it.
Doomsday. I would put significant money down on that.
I would not. I'm not taking that bet. Moving on.
I. We're done with Marvel,
we're
I
done
guess.
with Marvel.
Done with Marvel.
We'll hash it out
What's our
next year.
A really
what's
good
our
one, a kind of mid one, and a really bad one this year.
yeah.
We spread the board.
What's our next movie?
Caught stealing.
Oh,
That
okay.
one's
Another
you.
one of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This was always one I wanted to watch based off of the trailers that came out. Premise is that Austin Butler plays a barkeep in New York in the late 90s. He's dating Zoe Kravitz. He's liked by everybody, kind of mild-mannered guy, drinks a lot. And then he is next door neighbors to a punk rocker played by Matt Smith. Matt Smith has to leave for a couple of days. His character's dad gets sick. He's like, "Hey, look after my cat, will you, while I'm gone?" And then Austin Butler's character Hank gets caught up in a whole realm of shit connected to his buddy, and it is not what you expect based off the trailer. Like, I highly recommend this movie, so I'm not going to say the spoilers, but something happens like maybe I don't even think it's halfway. It's like maybe 30 minutes in. This like the kind of kickoff for his character to finally get going happens. It's not what you expect at all, and it rocks. It's a fun ride through and through. Austin Butler gives an actually like really good performance in like an hour 40-minute film. It's not that long compared to most movies now, but he gives a kick-ass performance emotionally. It's not an action flick. It's has bits of action, but it's not like Ballerina or Back in Action kind of to where it's just only about fights and stuff. Austin Butler gives a really good performance. Who else gives a really good? Oh, even though they're not in the movie a ton, Vincent D'Onofrio and Liev Schreiber play Hasidic Jew twins, like they're twin brothers
Hmm.
who are contract killers, and they are like I think one of the highlights of the movie. They're really funny. I want to see them in like a buddy cop movie or something together. They're really funny. Regina King was really good. Matt Smith was really good, playing a 90s punk rock British guy. Yeah, it was fun all around. It's based off a book, I think, or a novel.
Would
I would
you?
put this in Invited to the Barbecue
All
for sure.
right. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw Black Bag also up and invited to the barbecue real quick. I
Oh
think I'm
yeah,
the only
how
one.
I that was one I didn't get to watch, but I wanted to. That was on my
Yeah,
list.
it's a really short, 90-minute long
It's a
spy
thriller,
spy
right?
mystery. It's I guess you could say it's a thriller. It's mainly more spy mystery than I would say spy thriller. There's no
Ah,
action in this movie at all. It's very much a spy mystery kind of flick. Kind of off that classic sort of not James Bond esque, but like sort of like Mission Impossible would be like the action spy kind of vibe, whereas this would be more like the sexy spy kind of vibe. Is the best way I could put it.
oh yeah, so kind of like James
A
Bond,
little bit like
sort of.
James Bond, not exactly like
Like
that, but
more like modern James Bond.
yeah, something like that. But yeah, it's
Okay.
it's it's pretty good. I think the mystery is pretty engaging. The performances are all pretty good. It's a fun, quick mystery, and again, it's got good. I like the vibes in the movie all around. It's not like amazing. Like it's a good mystery, but not like the best you've ever seen, you know? And the characters are all pretty good, but not like again, not amazing. It's a 90-minute film. It's really short. It's I would say this is a very good like an airplane kind of vibe movie. Like
Oh,
that's where I watch it, and I think this is like a perfect airplane kind of movie. You know, you got a short flight, you want to throw something on, be entertained by a pretty good movie. This is a good place to go for it. All right, you two, time for y'all to do the heavy lifting for the anime movies because I didn't watch either one of them.
all right.
Yeah. Which
Starting
Chainsaw
off
what's the
Man
with
first?
first.
Is
Demon
Demon Slayer
Slayer.
first?
Oh,
It's
Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer.
I haven't actually watched this one yet.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Yeah, I need to.
Dang.
Messer, the duty
Um,
falls upon you.
this is a very complicated movie for me because I think it's a beautiful film. The animation is insanely impressive, even if I think some of the fights are kind of like plain. But Demon Slayer has a story that I couldn't even begin to care about. It's guys slapping demons with swords, and the goodest guy ever, Tanjiro Kamado, is the man for the job. Um, God, I'm remembering things that happened in this film that I forgot happened. The film is essentially like, it's like anime episodes, but they don't end, is what I would call it. It's very different from Chainsaw Man in that it doesn't even feel structured like a movie. It is and it isn't, in that there is like a big climax with one of the villains, but there are just other things happening that feel so unrelated to that I mean, you can see where the episodes are, and I don't know. Part of me wants to put it in. No, I want to. I think it should go in net positive. I think the animation is good enough that it's sort of it carries me through one watch through to get over the parts that are just kind of really slow, but it's all right.
All right, now Chainsaw Man.
Oh man,
Chainsaw Man,
beautiful movie.
insanely good looking, much more my style than Demon Slayer.
Like,
Um,
gosh, it's just it is a to me it's like an achievement in human
a tour de
creation.
force.
It is so beautiful.
It also helps that it's an adaptation of an arc people really like that is elevated here in the movie, and is
True.
also part of a greater story that I think is one of the best that Shonen Jump has ever made. So I'm struggling because I want to. My heart says I want to put this in peak cinema, um, and I'm gonna argue for that, but I don't know how I would think about this as just like a normal movie. Because as a Chainsaw Man movie, I think this is peak cinema. I think this is the best Chainsaw Man
I mean,
thing that exists right now. Um,
honestly, as a
as just a
I wouldn't
normal movie,
I think it's still peak cinema. Like I think you could watch this without knowing really anything about Chainsaw Man. You're gonna be kind of lost a little bit, but they do kind of allude to like big plot points, and like I think on its own it's still peak cinema.
I think I would agree. I think, yeah, it just is that good. I think Chainsaw Man goes in peak cinema.
All right, our first one of the year.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with that.
The time for Dogman. Dogman, let's
Dogman,
go. I think I'm the only one who's seen Dogman.
yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm here to tell you, y'all are missing out. Dogman is great. I love Dogman. Is it peak cinema? No, no, it's not. This is very much Captain Underpants type of material, but it's very good Captain Underpants type of material. There's an actual, real, genuine, really good emotional core at the center of this movie, and like if you like that sort of like, I don't know what kind of what Captain Underpants style comic, Big Nate, that sort of comic vibe, that kind of humor, if that works for you, then I think you would really like this. The animation is really good. It's a DreamWorks one. And I really, really like how DreamWorks has been working in their latest animated products, and where like, yes, they are experimenting with different types of animation, but it doesn't feel like knockoff Spider-Verse at all. Like each of their movies has its own unique style that feels different from the previous movie that they put out. Like this looks very different than like a Puss in Boots or like a Bad Guys or something like that. Like the styles of their movies fit the movies that they produce very, very well. So even when they make a movie that I think is not good in terms of plot, I think as far as visuals go, they're one of the best studios out there, right now. I really like this movie. I would watch it again. I wouldn't like be like dying to watch it again, but like if someone was like, "Hey, you want to watch Dogman?" I'd be like, "You know what? Yeah, I'd be down to watch Dogman again." I would invite him to my barbecue. He's a chill guy, and I fuck with him heavily.
Dang, would you say this is your favorite uh dog themed movie of the year?
Um, I feel like this is a trick question. Where's the other
This might
dog
this might be a
movies?
segue into the other dog themed movie of the year.
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that one.
We're not gonna do the dogs back to back.
No, I need a moment to prepare myself for that one. I'm gonna knock out a couple real quick. Death of a Unicorn is
I caught my dad watching that a couple weeks ago.
it's not the best movie. However, I do think it's an overhated movie. A lot of people think this movie is like bad. Like they would say this is a really bad movie. I don't think it's that bad. I watched it in a theater with Lisa. I think it was another. This was another pre-screening that we managed to catch, and it's trying to be a horror comedy, and I think as a horror, it's not very good. It's not scary. This is not a scary movie, and it's kind of one of those movies where you can predict the jump scare coming from a mile away, which is never a situation you want to be in a movie like this. However, the comedy side, I think this movie's kind of funny. It's not the funniest
Yeah?
movie of the year, but I do think it is still kind of funny. And I wasn't going into the unicorn horror movie attempting to take this very seriously. So I think if you're on that wavelength of this is a silly kind of stupid movie and I'm just going to have fun with it, then I think you could have a pretty good time. I don't think it's good enough to be invited to the barbecue though, but this might be a hot take. I think this is a net positive. I think there's more good in this movie than bad, and I think this is an overhated one.
I mean, I haven't seen it, so I'll agree with you.
It's one of many A24 movies that I watched this year. There's another one on here that I didn't finish and isn't even on the list. This one, I'm not even gonna. This is one that I caught at a Latin American film festival here in Dallas. Technically, it released in 2024. However, it didn't get a US release till 2025. So I'm counting it for this purposes. This one is, this is a weird one because like all of these movies feel like something you would go see in the movie theater, whereas this movie kind of feels like something you would watch from like a film student. Not like in a bad way, just like the budget is significantly lower, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, it's not like I don't mind like an indie film every now and then, but I don't think I would rewatch this again. I do think it's good, and I think it's worth a watch, and I like the things that it talks about in the movie. I just don't think it's as far as like I don't know, it's hard. Like I think this is a very interesting movie like to like discuss for a class, but I don't think it's that entertaining of a movie, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't really know where I would put this. I think I'm gonna put it in a net positive, mainly just because I don't think I would watch it again.
Fair enough.
And now, put your hands together for Best Animated Feature nominee from Pixar Studios.
Elio.
Elio.
Oh,
What?
What is there to say about
What is there to
Elio?
say about Elio?
Truly one of the movies of all
It's
time.
certainly better than I thought it was going to be.
It is. I had the exact
But
same feelings when I watched it.
that's still not saying much, I don't think. Because I watched it. I watched this quite recently. I watched this last week, and I finished it, and I just sort of I thought about how this movie could be way better if it just didn't look like how it looks.
You know what? That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Because I thought about how part of the movie has got like horror vibes. Like the one part of the movie I think is unequivocally funny is the clone gel part. And
Yeah.
uh, if that part was animated in a more interesting way, along with all the like I don't know, like worm aliens. If those guys were scarier, and if the clone stuff would just actually looked kind of cooler, I think I would like this movie way more.
I actually think you might be on this. I think an art style shift could take this movie. Not like it still wouldn't be peak or highly recommended. But I think an art style shift could take this movie to a contender to invite it to the barbecue.
I agree.
Because, like, I think, yeah, I honestly think that's a perfect critique because, like, so much of the space exploration, look at the wonder and whimsy of this planet that they go to, except none of it really looks that cool. All of the aliens we see don't look cool
They're
at
kind
all.
of
They're
lame.
just kind of lame. Yeah.
It also doesn't help that the main alien has a voice that I just cannot stand.
The
I
worm.
not the worm,
Oh,
the
the
main diplomat
little
guy
squid
with
looking
like,
guy, worm thing.
yeah, with the high
Yeah.
pitched voice.
Yeah, he's not.
I could not. I I know you're probably not supposed to take him seriously, but he took me out of the movie every time he talked. I wanted to scream.
Honestly,
I don't know.
yeah.
He pissed me off.
No, all of the aliens on that planet are incredibly forgettable in terms of design, in terms of voice, in terms of everything about them. That is, I think, where the movie is at its worst, is when it's on that planet.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because in theory that should be where the movie is, kicking it up a notch. We're not in a camp anymore, but it doesn't look good. I thought the ending was like, it was sweet.
Fine. Yeah.
I like the part where, he like swaddles his kid. That's nice.
Yeah.
I think this is a perfectly fine baby movie.
Yeah.
Goo Goo
No, that's-
Baby movie.
No, like this is a movie that you show to an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
I think it's a good movie for 8-year-olds.
You going around showing movies to a lot of 8-year-olds?
I mean, I do work as a teacher, so.
Oh, hey, fair enough, actually.
But for an adult,
I think
this is not something you.
there's not much here.
I don't know where. Is this a? Where is this?
Is this a movie that exists?
I feel like it's.
I'm torn between net positive
yeah,
and movie
I'm
that
in
exists.
the same thing. I think.
I think you guys want to
I'm
say net
looking
positive.
at the other net positives we have, and I think this is worse.
Yeah, because I think I would much rather watch Fantastic Four again than this.
Oh, which one's longer?
Oh, that's crazy.
I would rather watch Death of a Unicorn than
that's
this.
crazy.
So, yeah.
That's fair. I think Elio goes to a movie that exists.
I'm not gonna argue with that. On another day, maybe I'd put it in net positive, but this is just it's just kind of a
movie.
nothing movie. Eternity. People really, really like Eternity. I am not one of those people. I don't like this movie very much. Okay, let me take that back. I like this movie fine, except for the parts that piss me off. So this is a movie about the afterlife. Our main characters they're all dead. The premise is Scarlet Witch. She has to choose between her first lover, who went to war and died, or her husband, who she spent 60 years with after that. And she can only pick one
Dang.
to spend eternity with. So, kind of an interesting premise for a movie. And honestly, when it's focused on that part, I think it's interesting. What I don't like is this version of the afterlife is awful. It is so bad. Like, the way it works is you have to pick one gimmick and do that for the rest of time. And if you want to change that, you get banished to the abyss for the rest of time.
What do you mean by gimmick?
Do you want to hang out at the beach? Do you want to spend eternity in a mountain lodge? Do you want to go to Paris for eternity? You get to pick one thing, and you have to do that for the rest of eternity.
That sounds horrid.
It sounds horrible, and like it is horrible. And the whole time I'm thinking, I was like, how does this even work? Because they're like, you can only pick like one place, and I'm like, can I just pick like the Earth at that point? Is there like Earth eternity? Like what are the rules here? And they're not explained very well, and it's very frustrating because the kind of like it's not that the movie is like broken by the world building, but like a lot of the world building is holding this movie back. It's making it much worse because it's dumb and it doesn't make sense. And then Joan, who is our main character, is a she's just kind of boring. The movie spends so much time focusing on the two men that she has to pick between that it forgets that, oh right, we need to develop, the leading woman. We forgot to do that. So when the climax of the movie is centered around her, I'm like, I don't really care anymore. Can we go back to Larry, who is her husband? I thought the movie was much more interesting when it was about him. Have y'all ever seen like The Good Place?
Clips on
Little
TikTok.
bit. Yeah.
All right. This is The Good Place if they fumbled the bag.
Oh.
Dang.
And it's like, from a technical aspect, I think this movie's good. The acting is pretty good. It is funny. It's not like the funniest movie, but it's a rom-com, and it actually is funny from time to time. You'll get some chuckles here and there. I don't know. I think this is a net positive. I think there's just some stuff in here that's not... It's too broken for me to actually think that this movie is really good. Especially for how much people seem to like it. I'm like, just like, what do y'all see in this movie? I'm just not getting it. It pisses me off too much. And now,
have you had enough time to prepare,
my
Esteban?
final lament. Gendy, my goat.
Oh,
I
this
made an
horrid
entire
pile of shit.
hour-long video dedicated to Samurai Jack because I love it so much.
And then you got jorked around with Fixed.
Fixed is not good. It's not good.
I could have told you that based off of the uncensored trailer.
I will say that, not that this is much of a defense. The movie is better than the trailer is. Now,
That's not...
is that trailer a 0 out of 10? Yes. Yes, it is. But this movie is better. It's better than the trailer. It's better than the trailer.
How many points increase can you get from 0? Like 2?
You know
3?
what? It's just, have you ever seen like a raunchy Family Guy episode?
Yeah.
Sure.
This is around that level of quality.
But it's worse because it's a respectable creator.
It feels worse because it's a respectable creator, but I don't know if it is actually objectively worse. Like this hurts me.
Okay, but this is
more.
This is your list, Esteban. This is your list. So this is.
It's just, I did laugh a couple times in this movie. I did. I admit, I laughed at Fixed. Never when the characters were speaking, though. Nothing they say is ever funny. But but sometimes when they just let the animators do a visual gag, then it is kind of funny. Not the balls or the buttholes or the many sexual acts that transpire on screen. None of those are good. But there's
But I have a feeling you just eliminated a lot of the movie with that statement.
I did. There's a scene in a dog show that I thought was actually kind of funny. There's like a bit with some cats that attack them that's kind of funny. And there's like another bit where they're just like terrorizing the city that is also a little funny. But it's not enough. It's not enough. I don't know what they were thinking. It's not good.
It's creative.
This is a bad
from the
movie.
mind of the creative genius.
This is Gendy's. This is evil Gendy. I don't know what came over.
But this is the movie he wanted to make.
He
Esteban.
wanted to make it. I know, and it's directed. It's directed well. Like even when it's showing you something heinous, It's showing you it. It's framed well. The shots are still good. The animation is still good, but it's the content. The content is terrible. It's not good. Now, I do think animation Twitter is overreacting. They need to chill the fuck out. This is not the second coming of Satan. Like, relax. Just don't watch the movie. Like, stop sending death threats to the people who worked on it. It is not that deep. But this is not a good movie. I would not recommend this to anyone unless you are a diehard Gendy fan like me and just had to watch it for the sake of completion. Ugh. All right, let's
Looking
move
forward to the
on.
Black Knight, though.
He could. It could get us the Black Knight. I'm huffing. The only way to get through this movie is by huffing the hopium of the other things that might come in the future. Let's do FNAF,
FNAF
2.
2.
Five Nights at that Freaky Freddy house.
Better than the first one.
I disagree.
I enjoyed it better than the first one.
To me, go. Actually, sorry. Go on.
I mean,
it was a repeater.
I part of it was my viewing experience too. Is like it was okay. I wasn't crazy about people yelling out in our theater we watched when Corey Kenshin appeared again. Like they're the second coming or something. Is like okay, cool. Pet peeve, but movie etiquette. Anyway, I don't know. I was just more engaged during this movie than the first one. That's just me.
I don't know.
I like the scares a lot more.
To me, it is the first movie. To me, this movie is almost the exact same movie as the first one, but just holding itself back way more. I feel like the animatronics were good. I mean, they were there. You could see them. They were walking around. But all the stuff they do is way less cool and scary in this movie. The kills, I thought, they held back way more. In the first movie, you see that lady get like bit in half, and you see like her torso, like, or not her torso, her legs like fall off. In this movie, there's like nothing even close to that.
Yeah, why
All
you
the
bring up
gore
a
is like
fair
gone.
point. Why don't we get to see the dude, even a shadow of the mean high school teacher? First off, that guy was a
Who just gets killed.
horrible guy. But
The, the saboteur teacher, yeah.
yeah, dude like destroys her stuff and then he's like on a phone call and he's like, "Yeah, I bullied my middle school student."
And
It's
then
like,
an animatronic walks into a broom closet and crushes his skull.
which we don't even really see. It's kind of
It's it it's
lackluster.
yeah, it feels kind of lame. Even to go on to that, the puppet in this movie, they have a cool like puppet like physical animatronic, but for most of the time it's around, it's possessing someone, either the girl or
The
Vanessa.
sister.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. It just feels it feels like the first movie, but holding back in every way that the first movie tried not to.
I liked some of the I liked the to give it at least something. I did like the twist with the brother.
Oh, that was fine. I don't know. I don't know. All of my FNAF lore has gone with age, so any of that stuff, I'm like, yeah, okay. The brother's here now. He's he's Michael Myers. He can get up off the lawn when we're not looking. I thought that stuff was fine, but the the main meat of the movie, which is like the animatronics killing people in fun ways, just I don't know. It was just not as good as the first one to me.
Where are y'all throwing it?
Hmm.
Um,
I would argue for disappointment for me, but
I say movie that exists.
I can agree to that. I I am not. It didn't put me so much that I would argue for it to be a disappointment. So I'm fine with movie that exists.
All right. F1. Did any of y'all see F1?
Did
No.
not.
It's a Best Feature nominee.
I mean, I've from what I've heard, I heard it was pretty good.
It is pretty good. It's not best feature nominee material though. I'll tell you that much.
Ah,
I don't know what they were thinking
It
with
might
this
not
one.
even, given one of the movies I saw this week, it might not even be the best feature to feature a car.
It's
huh?
it's it's fun, you know. Like I think if you surgically just remove the part of your brain that is baffled that this is nominated for best picture, and you will have a good time with this movie. The racing scenes, they carry the film. And because they are really good. This is by the same director who did Top Gun Maverick, so he knows what he's doing when it comes to vehicle action. And so when the movie is when the cars are running, the octane is high, you know, the score is pumping, then I'm having fun. When it's anything but that, I'm not really interested at all. This is a very by the books sports movie. We've got a down on our luck past what it not has been racer who never really made it big, and he's giving it one last shot. And you know, of course, it's gonna come down to the last race. Of course, it's gonna come down to the last lap. It's every cliche you've ever seen in any sports movie ever. However, those racing scenes are really cool. I think they carry the movie pretty hard. And because of that, what did I give this movie when I watched it? Did I review this? I know I reviewed it. Okay, yeah, I gave this a 7. So I would invite this to the barbecue. I think it's fun. It's not best picture material. I don't know what the Academy's fucking on with that shit. They had so many other movies to pick from. I don't know what they're smoking, but fine, I guess. It's not. It's. I'll take it over Amelia Perez from last year. So, what is this one? Oh, the censorship one, the one that I can't show anything from. Fuck Toys. That's the name of the movie. I'm not just saying that.
Oh.
I was There was a moment where I was watching a TV show, and there was I was with some friends, and there was an actor from that TV show that was also in this movie. And I said audibly out loud, I was like, "Oh, that guy's from Fuck Toys." And they all looked at me like I was insane, which is honestly totally not. And I was like, "No, wait, no, you don't understand. There's there's a movie. It's a movie called Fuck Toys." I saw this at a film festival here in Dallas. I got invited to go see it, and this movie is really good. I think this is a really good movie. However, your tolerance for things that are gross will be tested, especially in the beginning of the movie. I think like once the movie gets going, it kind of like it chills out on like the gross sex stuff. Like not and like I'm talking like it's gross sex stuff, not like, oh, there's naked people, ew. No, I'm talking like saliva and shit like that. Um, stuff that I don't want to see. A man got pissed on in one of the opening scenes. It was
Whoa!
Oh my goodness.
yeah. That when that was happening, I was like, I don't know. But thankfully, once we're like 15 minutes into the movie, we're done. We're done with the gross shit. The movie starts to get going, and once it gets going, I think this is really good. I met the director at the film festival. She was really nice. She was really cool. And she's also the leading actress in this movie as well. I think she does a good job. I think all the performances here are pretty good. It kind of reminds me of Anora from last year.
Really? That was one of my favorites of last year.
Imagine Anora if there were no filters on Anora. Like,
oh, now see, I think that's something that
I think
Anora worked
yeah.
that worked well for Anora, is that it had filters, but it was still pretty racy.
I think this is racy in different senses. I think in terms of this really gets more into like the gritty, realistic parts of sex work that we don't really get that much
Yeah.
into in Anora. And I think this is also much more focused. I think this is a better feminist movie than Anora is. I think this is a much better movie from a female perspective than Anora is.
Oh.
Now, because of, again, it going into the gritty kind of gross, nasty parts of sex work, I think it's gonna have a less broader appeal. Like even if it had like a big marketing team behind it, if it wasn't an indie film,
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
think
I
it would
see what you're
have
saying.
as broad of an appeal. However, I think I appreciate its ambition more, and I think this is a highly recommended. If you ever find it, I don't know if it will ever get a fucking streaming service to pick it up ever. Because I was talking with the director and she was like, yeah, like we've pitched it to people, no one's wanted to pick it up. Please review it so, we can get some publicity for this thing. I don't know if they ever got it picked up by anyone. I haven't checked up on that. But I think this is really good. I like this one quite a lot. Again, after I got through that first 15 minutes, those were kind of gross. But once I got through that, I thought it was very good.
Okay.
Frankenstein. It's Frankenstein time.
Oh,
Frankenstein
Spooky
time.
Man.
I watched this recently too.
We've all seen Frankenstein, I think.
Big Frank.
Netflix's Best Picture nominee,
This was good. This was
This was
really
good.
good.
among some other nominees as well.
I think both Oscar Isaac and Jacob Elordi I think shine in this movie.
Yeah, I think so. I would agree.
Jacob Elordi is incredible as he elevates the depiction of the creature in it's weird to say, but in a new way, kind of, in my opinion, because yeah, we've seen it so many times. It's Frankenstein. He makes this creature. It's a very childlike innocence at first. He doesn't really treat it well. I liked the. It's been a long time since I read the book, but I like how Victor was really interesting how he was ashamed of it, within a few days because it could only say Victor.
Mm-hmm.
But, he expected it to be obviously this great thing and it immediately be mantra unlocked, brain activity 100%, like an SATs aced,
Yeah.
intelligent being, and it's no, you've brought this brain back from death.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really neat take to where he is mean to it not because he's ashamed with the outcome instead of being mad at the creature or something for something it did. And I thought that was really neat. And I thought Jacob Elordi played a really good job of the creature having the journey of I'm gonna, prove to you that I can have a life and be what I am supposed to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like the movie. I would. Oh, I'm caught between highly recommended and peak cinema, honestly.
I also really like the movie, but I don't think it's quite peak for a couple of reasons.
Okay.
I think I was fully locked in for the first 2/3 of the movie, but then once Frankenstein's monster dies the second time,
Yeah.
after he leaves the farmer's cabin, I think then we start moving really really fast. We kind of speed run through the wedding and the main driving force for Frankenstein seeking out the monster for death. And I was like, hold on, wait, can you pump the brakes a little bit?
Actually, yeah, you do make a good point because from what I kind of remember in the book, they have a long drawn out talk during the wedding.
Yeah, it's and also I gotta bring up the line. There is that really bad line in the wedding scene.
You're the
Yeah,
monster.
you know what? Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
line
know.
sucks.
I was gonna bring it up. That
Wh-
I think the movie is great, but that one line took me out of it for a whole 5 minutes after they said it.
I was like, oh god, movie,
Which
movie, you're
one?
better than
I'm trying
this,
to
please.
remember.
It's I can't remember who says
Okay,
it.
so it's
at
not
the wedding.
It's Frankenstein's
It's
brother. It's his brother.
Yeah,
who
yeah,
says
yeah.
it.
It's once once Frankenstein is killed.
Oh yeah, it
Not
says he's
once
dying
Frankenstein's
from his.
monster gets chased off, but he acts. He doesn't act. He does kill. But like that's the other thing is like the. I feel like it would be much more compelling if he did kill Frankenstein's brother on purpose. It's kind of just framed as like, oh, like it was a little. It's kind of an accident. It was just he. It wasn't. It wasn't very direct.
But I guess it's supposed to be like Frankenstein is this broken man, and he's the one who made the monster this way. That's why his brother's dying, and it's
Yeah,
like,
and it's
I
not.
get that. You don't need to say,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're the monster, Frankenstein."
The
That
monster,
those words
Frankenstein.
specifically, you just don't say that to me.
Like yeah, that line is really bad, and like especially coming from that character, who, by all rights, should not think that. Why does he think that?
Yeah,
He
I don't.
doesn't know anything
I don't
about
know.
Frankenstein's monster, or like he hasn't bonded with it. He hasn't
Oh,
even really
did he ever?
seen
I
it.
can't remember.
He
Did
saw
he ever
it like
learn about the what's it called? The
the
his
murder.
patron getting killed? Yeah.
I don't think. Well, he might have suspected, but he never got confirmation on that. As far as we know, he took Frankenstein at his word that the monster is the one who killed him. But yeah,
I don't know. That part's goofy and not good. But I I will say I think this is. Do I think this? I think this is my. If I was gonna give any movie like best costumes, I think it would be this movie.
Yeah.
yeah, purely
I
just
think this
because of
movie.
Jacob Elordi looks
He
so
looks
good.
awesome.
He looks so good.
Yeah,
And I think like
and
his mom's
that.
dress in the very beginning,
Oh yeah, I didn't even think
Oh
about that.
yeah,
the like red
yeah.
flowing dress, Victor's
Yeah,
mom, that was crazy.
I think all of that stuff is sick. I think the sets are awesome
the sets
to
Oh,
are
me.
the sets are
the
cool. I
sets are
honestly
so cool.
the everything. I like the ship. I really like the
The
framing.
ship is awesome. Yeah,
The
the ship is
framing is
great.
This
cool.
is, I mean, like this is classic Guillermo del Toro.
The
Like
directing
he wants like
is really
the
good as well.
the directing is really good. The giant sets are like part of course for him. They're
Okay, the
amazing.
Victor's like crazy wizard tower is awesome.
Yeah.
It feels honestly, this feels like Hellboy again in terms of like the crazy sets. It's really fun.
Ah man, y'all are,
I
is
as
this?
much as that one line is bad, I do think
I
the rest of the
think the
movie is
rest of
pretty
the
awesome.
movie is still really good.
I think I would
Ah,
still put this in highly recommended
I
if
know
if
this
it
is.
were
I think
me
this is an easy highly recommended for me. I think this is better than any of the highly recommendeds we have up here right now.
right now. Yeah, I
Um,
would agree.
Yeah, I would agree.
so I'm just gonna put it here. You can go in the front. But yeah,
Because
this movie rocks. This movie's awesome. It does have again that one line is really bad, but that's like 2% of the
5 seconds.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jay
Jake Kelly
Kelly,
time.
that's you. That's you, Riley.
Yeah. Also, I was kind of binging this week trying to get movies in. Jake Kelly is the premise. George Clooney is. I mean, it's kind of a meta take, sort of, because George Clooney is playing. He's an actor playing an actor who is kind of in this movie like one of the last greats. Like, he's like kind of like a De Niro or Eastwood, like all those big names of like, old cinema.
Mm.
And he his character joined by Adam Sandler, once again proving that comedy actors are very good most of the time in drama roles. Joined by Adam Sandler playing his good friend and manager for like his whole career. And the movie basically follows it's a character exploration into the I it's some people don't like this movie. Like if you look into it, some people don't like this movie for what it is because they feel like it's trying to make you feel sorry for a very rich, successful movie star who is at the point he is because of his actions. And that's fair, but taking that, I honestly think the movie is kind of meant to not be a, feel sorry for this guy who's done these things that he potentially doesn't regret and he's in the situation he's in because of what he chose. But it's almost a character study on, I mean, he comes to terms with what he's done by reminiscing on the past and all the times he could have done something different. That's the best way to describe it. He goes on this journey of realizing what he could have done differently, but he didn't take that choice. And that leads to where his life is at. And look, the movie, there's like the writing is a very like 8 maybe out of 10. I think George Clooney shines. I think Adam shines. They're really the only two that I think really stand out in the film. Granted, that's pretty much the only two people that are really in it. I mean, you have Laura Dern, who's not really used a lot, and then you have the supporting actors and actresses. But it's, I think, the last third of the movie is, I mean, it's beautiful. It's the culmination of his journey, and the final like 5 minutes are. I mean, this isn't a spoiler. There's not really a happy ending to this movie. The trailer makes it seem like it's gonna have a happy ending. It's just kind of a realistic ending. And you can look at the ending in a lot of different ways. And it's almost feels like kind of a thank you to George Clooney for everything he's done and all the movies he's done. Another Netflix banger. I would watch it absolutely again. I put it in Invited to the Barbecue
All right.
for sure.
I'm gonna quickly get through Gracie. This is another one I saw at the Latin American Film Festival. Brazilian movie. It's like a slice of life movie about a pathological liar. She just be lying about anything for no reason. And unlike El Mirador, which is the other one I saw, this one does feel like it does it has that cinematic element that I was missing from the other one. It's not usually my kind of vibe in a movie, but I think I had fun. I had fun watching it. There's like a really funny bit where like her cousin, like she like finds her diary. In it she reads that like she like made out with the guy she had a crush on when she was little, and it's like oh wow, this is like the last straw, she's not going to put up with her lies anymore. And then, and then it's revealed that she lies so much that in her diary she is also lying. She's just writing down bullshit.
What the heck?
Like she like shows her the rest of the diary and it's just the most nonsense things that you've ever heard. And I thought that was really funny. Yeah. I
That's pretty funny.
so yeah, I thought this movie was pretty good. It's not one of my favorites of the year. I watched it with Lee Seth. I think Lee Seth liked it a lot more than I did. I think it depends on like how much do you get out of movies that are more about like the setting they're in as opposed to like the characters per se. But yeah, I thought this one was pretty good, and that one bit I thought was really funny, and I like all the bits of Brazil that we get to see in here as well. I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, I would invite this one to the barbecue. That's pretty good. I liked it. It's time for Adam Sandler's other movie this year.
Oh. Happy Gilmore too.
I it's that's fine.
It's a movie um that we watched.
Did it live up to your
Uh,
expectations?
I've never seen the first one, so I didn't have any expectations.
Ah.
Well, let me
It
tell you, by watching the first one, from watching the first one, having gone into this, you really don't expect them to just kill off the fucking wife in the first 5 minutes of the movie
I forgot they
and
did
then be
that.
and then
That's
be
like the whole
like,
point of the movie.
okay, he's a raging alcoholic now who has clinical depression probably, but he likes to golf. I don't know, man.
I,
I love Happy Gilmore, the first one. It's one of my favorite Adam Sandler movies. This this is fine, but it feels like a slight middle finger to the original movie, man.
it's like a whole movie based around that thing from Trolls, where his whole character's like
Singing killed
singing
my
"Killed My
grandma.
Grandma." Yeah, but this time it's "Golf Killed My Wife," and that's the beef with the movie.
It feels like, from what Riley's saying, that this is a disappointment.
Uh,
Um,
I don't have that strong of feelings about it. I would put
I
it in a
don't.
movie that exists, but if Riley wants
I
to put it in disappointment, I'm fine with
no.
that.
It wasn't a I mean, it was funny to watch. Like it's fine. It wasn't a disappointment because I didn't go into this with expectations of it leading a Happy Gilmore franchise after, but or Adam Sandler connected universe franchise that needs to happen. Uh, it's a movie that exists. That's fine.
Alright. Hamnet. This is another Best Picture nominee. Messer, you know how we talked about how, like, any movie that uses the to be or not to be is automatically branded with the pretentious label?
Yeah.
This is the exception. This one's allowed to do
Oh.
it.
Oh, okay.
Because it's about Shakespeare.
Yeah.
This one's just really good. It's really, really good. It's like kind of like it's really, really good, and then we get to the finale, and then in the finale it's peak. So that's where I'm like kind of like I don't know where I want to put it, because if it's on those last 20 minutes, then it's peak cinema. If it's the rest of the movie, then it's just a highly recommended. All the performances here are incredible. I would say, other than maybe Blue Moon, this is like, as far as acting goes, this is the best movie of the year. I think this is up for main actress, supporting actor, maybe, perhaps. I don't know. It's up for a bunch of stuff, but everyone in here in this movie is doing really, really great. Great work all around. And I get the people who are always like, oh, you're not supposed to read Shakespeare, you're supposed to see it. The finale is that, and I was like, I get it now. I was Danny DeVito in the theater. I was like, it makes sense now. I understand. I see the vision. Shakespeare. I understand what you were cooking. And I don't even like dislike Shakespeare. Like I like his stuff. It is better. It's better when you see it. Is it peak though? I don't know. I think I'm gonna put it highly recommended. I'm gonna put it next to Frankenstein. I do think this is better than Frankenstein, just because I don't think there's as many flaws. Like I think Frankenstein does have some actual real flaws in it, and I don't think Hamnet has that. However, I think I would be more likely to rewatch Frankenstein than I would be to rewatch Hamnet. It's kind of
Ah,
like
okay.
Hamnet's kind of like a sadness marathon a little bit. It's like,
That's what I've heard.
yeah, and like
Let's see.
the first time going through it, like I get it, like I get that's the point of the movie. However, I'm not looking to run through that. I'm not looking to run it back anytime soon. You know, like movies that are like intentionally just trying to be really depressing. I don't. They're not the most rewatchable for me. So I think again, I really like. I think the finale of this is peak, but I think the movie as a whole, I would just highly recommend it. All right, it's
Brandon?
time for
Is that Jurassic Park?
It's Jurassic Park time. I didn't like this movie
Um,
very much.
I don't, that's fair. I don't know what this movie is a blur to me because
It's just
it's just dinosaurs doing stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
man, we need our resident Jurassic movie enjoyer in
No,
here, but
don't.
he's not with
Nick
us.
wouldn't want to hear
Yeah.
this. Nick would not want
I'm
to hear
saying Nick would not be very happy with the
this.
opinions that are being shared here.
Nick loves these
Which is
movies
a
no
shame.
matter what,
Nick,
which I can respect.
yeah,
I have my own biases for cinema. It's just Jurassic Park isn't one of them.
it was interesting watching the movie with him because it was almost. I feel like I probably enjoyed this movie more than you did because I watched it with
Because you
him
watched it
because
with him.
he was giving me little trivia facts about each scene and how they were constructed and why things were happening certain ways, and that stuff was kind of cool. But the
Yeah.
actual movie itself, in the way that it exists right now, is
It's
like
it's just
it's
not.
like it's
I
it's nothing.
I think I literally wrote in my review, I called this movie Dino Slop.
Oh no.
That's the only way I can describe it. It's just like, I get it. I'm not immune. Dinosaurs. I understand the appeal. Why is this movie as boring as it is? It's so it's so bland. It's like when they played the
I
Jurassic Park scene in the credits, I was like, that's it? This movie, dude, this sucks. I'm sorry.
I
Like,
think a lot of it I think a lot of it comes down to me that the final confrontation with the Destiny Ogre, um,
oh, the
in the form of a
Discordus
dinosaur,
Rex. Yeah.
yeah, the it's just not. I don't know. It's
It's
not that exciting to me.
it's
We
not.
barely see it, and then it just
It's
sort of
teased at in
we
the
get away
first
from
scene of
it.
the movie, and then the one guy doesn't even die.
Yeah, I feel like it just doesn't do all that much. It's not around for that long. I don't know.
And it's like everything else in this movie I have seen done better in other Jurassic Park movies. Like the scene with the Quetzalcoatl. Jurassic Park 3, which is, I will say this on the record, is not a good movie, does the pterosaur scene much better. Like, I feel like for a movie that is about dinosaurs, people said this is leaning more into horror, but like, no, it's not
Not really.
scary like at all. And like, and also even as far as like the dinosaurs parts go, we get to the point where these aren't even dinosaurs anymore. These are just weird homunculi creations from the island. I don't know. I think this is a
It's
disappointment.
for what it's worth, it is better than the second Jurassic World movie, which is the last one I watched. Um, but I don't know if
Oh,
that's a very high
the one
bar.
with the Indoraptor?
Yeah, the one that takes place in like a underground auction or whatever.
Yeah. Like, I mean, VFX are good. You know, the dinosaurs look good,
Yeah.
but I think this is a disappointment. Like
I
I came into it, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna turn my brain off and enjoy some dinos. And even then, I was still underwhelmed by this movie.
That's fair. I would probably say that if it's a movie that exists, but if you want to put it in disappointment, I would not argue.
I think this is a disappointment for me. I Yeah, I should not be bored in a Jurassic Park movie, and I was bored at many times throughout this thing. Also, that fucking little girl takes the dino back to the US. That thing is fucked. Is she gonna feed it Skittles for the rest of time? That thing is dead.
Now they're gonna go out and buy a whole live chicken every morning.
Yeah, for the herbivore dinosaur.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't even remember. I didn't even remember that part. I
She takes
forgot
it
that she'd
back.
stolen
She
a dinosaur
takes
from
the
the island.
dinosaur back. That everything with that family is so fucking boring too. I didn't care. Whatever. I can't talk about this movie anymore. Little Amelie, Messer, you were supposed to watch this. You have failed
I'm a
your duty.
fraud. I'm an animation fraud.
Get him out of here. Send him to the. Now you have to watch Fixed because you didn't watch this
Oh
movie in time.
no! You can't make me.
We're gonna watch Fixed, and then right after that, we're gonna go to first showing of fucking Seth Rogen's Animal Farm that we can find.
Oh no! I've been put in animation hell.
Little Amelie is really good. This is a really good movie. I think this is a highly recommended. It was really close to being my favorite animated movie of the year. I do think Arco is a little bit better. However, I do think this is a case of Little Amelie has higher highs than Arco, but I think Arco is the more consistently better picture. Weirdly, these aren't very comparable movies, but my issue with Little Amelie is similar to Frankenstein in that there's some really cool scenes in here that like show you what the movie is trying to tell you without any words, and it's just like there's like a scene where it's like a death parade and it's like really really cool. But then later in the movie, the characters have like an argument and they just say to each other all the things that we the audience had already implied from all of their actions, and I was like, all right, this you movie, you were doing so good. Why did you do that? You didn't need to explain to me the message. I already got it. I was already on board. And I do think that knocks it down a little bit. But visually this is gorgeous. I think it's one of the most unique looking 2D animated movies I've seen in a while. It's 2D animation, but it does not look like something from the US, and it also does not look like it's something from Japan either. It has a very unique art style that still manages to be gorgeous without being derivative of something that I've already seen before. Yeah, I think this is highly recommended. Very good. Check it out if you can. It's not long. I hope this or Arco wins Best Animated Feature this year. The two French movies, I have to give the French something. So, and they made some good animated movies this year. I can't take that away from them. Marty Supreme. Did any of you guys see Marty Supreme?
No.
Did not.
Marty Supreme is peak. This movie's so fucking good.
Really?
Dang.
Yeah, this movie's it's that good. It's not overhyped. It is that good.
It is that good?
It's that good.
I will say the one negative thing I did see about this movie is Mr. Billionaire Kevin O'Leary saying that like AI could do the job of extras, which was kind of shitty.
I mean, but like that's just him, you know. That's nothing to do with the movie itself. Kevin O'Leary sucks, but like that doesn't mean that doesn't mean the movie's any worse, you know.
He does suck. That was the one weird choice I found is like, why is he in this movie?
Well, he just plays himself. He plays himself in the movie.
Oh,
so it kind of works.
Okay.
He plays an asshole rich billionaire. So it works.
Oh. So I'll enjoy the movie because I don't like him already.
Yeah, you're not supposed to like. No, he's a piece of shit. You're not supposed to like. However, I will say everyone in this movie is diabolical. These are some heinous individuals that you are watching in this movie. Marty Supreme might be one of the most unlikable protagonists I have ever seen in a movie. He is the most cocky, egotistical, uncaring lunatic that somehow just keeps winning in life because he's so charismatic that people just keep giving him shit, and it's like, stop giving him things. This man is a menace. Please, you have to stop him.
Oh, also, isn't the guy with the golden voice in here in like a cameo role? That homeless guy with like the radio voice?
Maybe he might be.
I think so. I thought I saw something about that.
I think every Oscar this film is up for is very, very well deserved. The finale of this scene literally gave me like a rush in the theater. I was like so locked in over a ping pong match. That's how good the movie is. Timothée Chalamet is an actor who I've always liked Timmy. I think he's a really good actor. However, I do think some of his performances in the past have been a little overhyped. Like, I think they were good, but not Oscar-worthy good. Like, last year, when he was in A Complete Unknown, I didn't care for that movie, and it was like up for Best Picture and Best Actor, and I didn't think it deserved either one. However, this time around, I think he totally deserves the Best Actor nomination, if not the win. Again, like, my favorite performance of the year is not nominated, but of the ones that are up, I think Timmy would be my front runner. Just because of how he commands the entire screen throughout this entire movie. Yeah, this movie's great. Anybody who's hating on it is doing it in bad faith because of Oscars, so just ignore them. Yeah, this one's amazing. This is really good. One of my favorites of the year for sure. What do we got next? Mission Impossible Final Reckoning.
I did not get to this one.
Oh, I thought
Not
you watched
me.
this one.
Nope, I still need to, but this is like a finish it with the family movie because I've like watched most all the others with the family,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
or at least part one.
You watched
I
Dead
watched with
Reckoning.
the family.
We watched Dead Reckoning over
So
Discord as well.
how was it?
Dead Reckoning or Final? Yeah,
The
Final Reckoning.
yeah.
Um, this one's hard because I love Mission Impossible. It's one of my favorite movie franchises, even when it's bad. Like Mission Impossible 2 is terrible,
Yeah,
but
Mission Impossible 2, babe, the most 2000s action movie I've ever
it's
seen.
it's it's aggressively 2000s in every bad way that you could ever imagine.
And
But
then they go
I
Mission
still love
Impossible
it.
3, and it's
I still love
incredible.
this franchise. Um, and honestly, they have been on a hot streak. I think 2 is the only bad movie, and honestly, I think since 4, they are incredible. 4, 5, 6, and 7 are all bangers. They are all so good. So it hurts me. It hurts me so much that this movie is just not as good as those.
Oh,
It's not. I don't think this is a bad movie, but by Mission Impossible standards, this is slightly disappointing. I'm not putting it in the disappointment tier. I think it is still a good movie, but I was disappointed by the movie. And I think the reason it suffers is because it's doing. I haven't even seen the Demon Slayer movie, but it's doing the Demon Slayer thing. It's like, hey, you haven't seen 1 through 7? Don't worry. We're gonna recap every fucking thing that's happened so that you're up to date. And I'm like, no, movie, don't do this. I don't want to watch this. I've seen all 7. And also, even if you haven't, does anyone really care? Like, if I'm going to see Mission Impossible 8 without watching the first 7, I clearly don't care about the context of the previous 7 movies, especially since most of the time there's not really much follow through. You can kind of just watch any Mission Impossible movie and still pretty much understand what's going on. There's not like a continuing plot. And it spends the first, I'm not exaggerating, the first hour of this movie
what?
is spent setting up characters and going over shit that the previous movies have already told us.
No, you're lying to me.
It's the first hour of the movie.
Whoa.
And it's hard. It's hard to get through. Now, once that first hour is over, things get much better. We get moving, the plot's going, we've got the cool action set pieces back, we're moving again. But man, that first hour is really hard to get through. And the other sin that this movie commits is it thought, we've had a lot of really cool, interesting characters over the series, which is true. What if we brought every single one back for this movie?
Oh,
And we don't have enough screen
the Avengers
time.
Endgame.
We
of
don't
Final
have
Destination films.
we don't have the time for everyone. It's
The-
too many
the-
people. There's
The
characters
only
who are there and do nothing, and then at the end of the movie we'll literally say to the camera, I don't have anything to do, so I'm just gonna go hang out with these other people.
the one thing I've seen about that is they have the guy from Mission Impossible 1 who picked up the knife in the like
They
file
do.
room.
He's there. He's actually very important to the movie. And the thing
Are
is,
you
like,
are you serious?
no, he's actually one of the most important characters in the movie. And honestly, him I'm fine with, because at least he's integrated into the plot. I do find it annoying that they reintroduce us to him 3 times in the movie, and each time they feel the need to retell us his backstory. And I'm like, oh my god, I get it. I know, I watched the movie. I know who it is. And even if I didn't, I heard it the first time. You don't need to explain it to me 3 separate times. Each time the characters in the movie are reintroduced to him. Oh, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. Because when the movie is not talking, and when we're in the action set pieces, it is so good. It's just as good as any Mission Impossible movie that comes before. There's a scene in a submarine that is one of my favorite scenes in the 2020s of any movie. It's so good. The tension is so high. The airplane scene is so cool. It's so fun. I like Mantis's character, not Mant, what Pompatoff, her character. She's a lot of fun. I think Luther gets us something cool to do in this movie, but it's overcrowded, is what it is. It's got too much going on for its own good, and it's bogged down because of that. It hurts me to do this, but I think this is, I don't know. I kind of want to invite it to the barbecue just because I love Mission Impossible, and I did have, you know what? I'm gonna invite it to the barbecue purely because of the Sevastopol scene. It is worth watching the movie for that scene alone. That scene is so good, but I can't put it higher than that. It's got too much
Fair
holding
enough.
it back. Because like if this was like Dead Reckoning, or Dead Reckoning is like a highly recommended. Fallout is a peak cinema. Fallout is so good, but like this one, it's not. It's not as good. Is this another one of mine? Man, I gotta get moving. Lost in Starlight is the other animated Netflix movie of this year, and people really, really love it. And it is a very pretty movie that I just could not get emotionally attached to, unfortunately. So, yeah, I much leave it. It's a net positive. I would much rather have this be nominated than Elio. I'll say that, but it wasn't as good for me as it didn't hit for me that in the way that I wanted it to. That's kind of all. I think the setting is really cool. The futuristic world they live in is like super well developed, but the central romance didn't hook me as much as I wanted it to.
Fair
All right,
enough.
Mickey 17 time.
Time for
Messer,
Mickey
take the
17.
lead. I'm gonna catch my breath.
Mickey 17 is an interesting film in that I think a lot of parts about it are really cool. Like I think it looks really cool most of the time. I think some of the aliens look kind of bad sometimes, but I think it all looks really cool. I think the idea for it is pretty neat, but I think it sort of gets away from itself a little bit. But there's some stuff in here that is really holding this movie back for me. Um, and it's mainly to do with, I think, basically all of the characters outside of Mickey himself,
I think we're
and
on the
maybe
same
aside from
page. I think we're on the
from
same page
Tico.
here.
I think Tico is pretty funny.
Which one's Tico?
He's he's his like quote unquote friend from
Oh,
Earth
the
who got him
shitty
into a ton
asshole
of
from,
debt.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, who Mickey 18 tries to drown in lava. But yeah, I think if your name isn't Mickey in this movie, I don't like you. Um, I don't think
I agree.
Nasha is
Nasha's
very interesting.
confusing to me
Nasha's such a weird character to me.
because like in the beginning of the movie, it feels like they're setting it up to where, not that she's like a villain per se, but that she doesn't really care about him that much.
Yeah,
Like with like especially with like the threesome scene and stuff like that. Like it felt like I was like, okay, is Kai the
like she
one
doesn't
that she
value him
should
enough.
be with because she seems to value him more as a person and less as like a sex object. But then the end of the movie is like, no. You're not supposed to feel
Actually,
that
Kai
way.
was stupid and an asshole,
Actually,
and you shouldn't have liked her.
Actually, Kai is not even in the movie anymore. She's not going to do anything
Yeah.
for the rest of the movie. And Nasha is actually the second coming of Jesus Christ, and you must love her and adore her as
Yeah,
much as Mickey does. Even though I don't really get why I'm supposed to.
I don't get it either. And then I Mark Ruffalo's character is so strange to me.
He's so weird.
He's
He's going
he's
for
like
too many things.
he's Trump, but he's also like a weird like wife guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird wife guy.
He's
Yeah,
genuinely
he's just really in love with
one
his
of
wife.
the most baffling villains that I've seen. He's so hard to describe,
Yeah.
and it's not really in a good way. Like, he's not
Like I don't
intimidating or competent, and it's fine if you don't want him to be competent. But like, it doesn't. It's just, I don't know.
and also
He
his
just
like
doesn't work
whole
for me.
deal his whole deal with like his supporters are all over the ship. I feel like that never really comes into play.
Yeah, like these are supposed
Like-
to be like his most die-hard people, and
Yeah, like
No
this
one
is a
seems
ship
to-
of fanatics.
no one
but-
seems to really care.
Yeah, like he gets shot at and he gets the scar on the cheek, but then like there's not really a fallout from it. Like there's fallout from him, but there's not fallout from like the ship.
Yeah.
And then like immediately when we're in that scene, the guys behind Mickey and Usher are like, "Yeah, we're actually planning to get the rest of the guys in here, and we're gonna throw this guy out of the airlock or something." I don't know. They were gonna do a coup d'état,
Yeah.
and I guess these guys just learned that they didn't like him over the trip. Parts of it are just, I don't know. It's just so weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird movie that
I will say though,
I don't know.
I think he was snubbed for best actor.
Oh, Mickey himself?
Yeah.
I think so too.
I think and like this is not a diss to Michael B. Jordan at all. I think of the two twin performances this year, I think this is the better one.
I agree.
At no point did I even consider the fact that they were being played by the same person. Like 18 and 17 feel like entirely different people.
They're different people. Yeah. It's so insane.
And like it's not like, again, like we'll talk about Sinners when we get to Sinners, but like Sinners, like they're color coded. One's blue and one's red. Here they're both wearing gray jumpsuits.
Gray
and
jumpsuits,
Yet you
yeah.
can tell exactly who each one is.
Yeah, I think they're great. Or well, he's great.
He's great.
Um,
He is carrying the movie. And like, I mean, there's some other cool things in it
Him-
as well.
him and I think the alien stuff is fun.
I like the
I like
alien
all
stuff.
I like the
little
scene with
creepy
the aliens at the
crawlers.
end.
Yeah. I think
I
that
like
one
the-
scene
I like
where,
the
like,
mama
he's,
crawler. I
he's
think she's
standing
fun.
amongst the aliens in the stampede. I was like, hold on, he's kind of got some aura here. This is kind of cool.
Yeah, he's kind of cooking. I like the bit at the end where they're like, where Mickey's asking the alien, like, you could really blow up our heads, and then the small one doesn't. It's like, oh, it's just a big
it's
bluff.
Just a bluff. Yeah, you can't actually do
Yeah,
that.
I like that. That was fun. I don't know. I also, it feels like the movie, to me, is just trying to do too much. Like I wish the whole movie. I don't know if I needed all the stuff back on Earth. I think I would have just been fine if it was like I was in big debt and they sent me out on the ship,
Yeah.
and then it was just like a compilation of his
There's-
deaths or whatever.
There's too
I don't need to
much
see-
lore that isn't delved into. Like it's just
Yeah,
there to be
like
there.
the whole scene in the like space airport where he's like, there's the big dust storm going on outside.
Yeah.
I don't know. The framing where it's like the spiral walkway up and the guys are all moving like one at a time. I thought that was cool,
No,
but like
it's shot
that doesn't really add
well,
anything.
but
Yeah.
The other thing is like the church in that movie. It's
Mhm.
there. But like doesn't really do anything. Like we're told
Yeah.
that like they're the ones pulling the strings, and it's like, okay, but they don't really do anything. And
Yeah.
when the leader gets overthrown and they're still around, they don't seem to do anything then either.
Yeah.
So,
They elect Nasha, the guy that
yeah.
led to his downfall.
So, like, why is this
I guess they
church
just stopped
leader
liking him. I don't
here?
know.
Like, I don't get it. Yeah, it's got too much going on. I don't know, where would I put this though?
Um,
Like, I really do like
I
parts of
like,
this movie.
but there's, I think as much as I do like parts of it, I think I would put it in net positive. How do you feel?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. For me, it's really like, I think this is better than the movies that are in net positive, but it does have those things. This is kind of like similar to Mission Impossible, where it's like, do I think the few things that I do like in this movie, do I like them enough to invite it? I might invite it to the barbecue for the
I'm not
sole
opposed.
reason that I think Robert Pattinson has arguably the best performance out of anything I've seen this year.
That's fair.
I think he was definitely snubbed for Best Actor. And if he was nominated, I don't. I might even see him winning. He's that good in this movie.
I agree.
So I think
If that's where you want to put it, I
think
won't
for
argue.
that, I'm gonna invite it to the barbecue. It is flawed, and we've discussed that in length. But yeah, no other choice.
What is the next one?
No other choice. That's a Korean drama that got a bunch of nominations in like Golden Globes and a bunch of other award shows, and then the Oscars came around and it was given nothing. It was given nothing at all. It got the Challengers treatment. They took it out back and shot it.
Dang.
And much like Challengers, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. This movie is so good. This is the best movie I've seen this year. Actually 10 out of 10. I don't understand the Academy. I want to strangle them sometimes. What are you thinking? Why is F1 here? Why is this movie not here instead? Ah.
Is this the one with?
This is the movie about the guy, he gets fired from his company. And
Yeah, and he
his
does the
strategy to
interviews.
get hired again is he starts killing the competition to get hired for a job. Yeah. This movie's so fucking good.
It was good.
It's so good. This is the only movie this year that I gave a 10 out of 10 to. Everything in this movie is working at such a insane level. Like, visually, this movie looks incredible. There are so many, like, wide angle shots where multiple people are doing multiple things at the same time, and yet you can still see where everything is moving. Like, the cinematography is beautiful, and then the performances are all really good here, but the story and the themes are so layered and interesting and complex. Every time you think you've got a grasp on what the movie is trying to be about, it's like it subverts that in a way that is like so interesting and like makes you think about it in a way that you were not thinking about it previously. Like, again, like the premise, I think most people know the premise. It's like he gets fired and now he's going to start killing the competition to try and get hired for a job. And by the way he goes about it is really actually very interesting and creative. So he starts a fake company, right? So that people will send in the applications to him. Then he goes through all the applications, finds the ones that he knows he can't beat in an interview, and he only has to target those guys. And also, because it's a job application, you know what's on there? Your address, your information. So that part is really cool. But then, like, it keeps going, and it's like, in his quest to get a job, there's like themes of like masculinity in here as well. Like, he like starts setting a bad example for his son, and instead of just getting another type of job. Like it talks about like, how like pride can like prevent you from like taking other creative measures. And then the movie starts with him like trying to fight against some of his employees from being fired because like they got bought out by an American company and they're making cuts. And then by the end of the movie, he has adapted. He's done everything that you're like, oh, like why don't you just do this? Why don't you just do that? He does all those things, and then he somehow, you're like, wait, no, this is bad. This is bad. This is even worse, because he adapts so well, he converts so well, he gets everything he wants. He doesn't, but like he does it in a way that's so bad, and then he gets hired. He gets hired at the end of the movie. He gets a new job, and what's his fucking job? They want to bring on one guy to supervise a new paper factory that's being ran entirely by AI, and they're going to lay off the entire rest of the workforce.
Dang.
And he's like, well, who am I to stand against the times? And it's like, oh no, no. Oh, this movie's so fucking good. Definitely watch it if you get the chance. It is kind of depressing, but it's so good. This is like the closest thing to like Parasite that I think I've seen ever, perhaps. It's that good. Definitely peak cinema. I hate you, Academy. You're stupid and dumb and dumb and stupid. Why didn't you nominate this for anything at all? I don't understand. 10 out of 10 movie, peak cinema. Nobody 2, on the other hand, is a movie that exists. I don't understand. No one would give a shit about these movies if Saul Goodman was not the leading actor in them. These movies are just some dudes who really want to like direct like a big action sequence, and they are forced to write a movie to excuse it to get the budget for it. It's that is this movie.
Are we finally back? Oh,
apparently, again, I cannot confirm or deny. From the comments I've seen on this movie, apparently this movie is dialed in on the 65-plus-year-old man audience. Apparently, like I saw a guy. He was like, "Yeah, I saw this in the theaters, and literally everyone in that theater was a 65-year-old man or older." Not a very coveted audience, but it's got that on lock. So...
got it on lock.
What's the actor who's he was in that one episode of The Mandalorian. He's like from Star Trek and a bunch of other stuff. You know the episode that Jack Black and Lizzo were in?
Oh, the
Yeah.
Back to the Future.
Oh, that
Doctor?
guy.
Yeah.
Christopher Lloyd?
Christopher Lloyd is in these movies. He's Saul Goodman.
Yeah.
He's God, what the fuck is the actor's name? I know his name.
Bob Odenkirk?
He's Bob Odenkirk's dad in this movie.
He's really good.
Yeah, but like, and like, there's a scene in this movie where he's just like mowing down people with a chain gun, and I was like, yeah, this is a movie for old people. This is a movie for old dudes. And like, you know what? I can't hate it for that, but there's not really, like, as an action movie, it's not even that good of an action movie. It's just, you're just here because you like the actors that are in it. All right, now
are we back to me?
Back to you for Novocaine.
Yeah, Novocaine. Man, okay. Basic premise: Nathan Kane, no joke. That's his name in the movie. Nathan Kane, is a very cautious, average man. Lives a pretty boring life. Works at a bank or a trust. I think it's a trust, and just kind of goes about life. Then he goes out on a date with one of the employees there, which is not the greatest because he's assistant manager and she's a teller. So take that how you will, HR. Goes out on a date, and we learn that he has it's a medical condition, which this is a like real condition, but he cannot feel any pain. Like his nervous system just doesn't register pain. So until he meets her, and she convinces him, he does not eat like solid food because there's the risk that he will bite his tongue off and he will not know. He can't really regulate temperature, like eating or drinking. Bunch of other precautions he has to take, but he ends up like really falling in love with this girl. A few days later, bank robbery happens at his trust and they kidnap her. And our very own Mr. Can't Feel Pain turns into a vigilante on the case to rescue his paramour. And truth be told, it is a fun ride for what it is. This is another short movie. I think it comes in at like 90 minutes, maybe. It's like an hour 45. It's got Jack Quaid, who can play a not super. He's not super typecast. He still plays kind of like a Huey type character, but also not. He's really good in this movie. I think it's Jack Nicholson's son is the bad guy in this. He's like, I mean, we don't get like a ton of backstory, which is kind of shitty because I'd like to kind of know why his character is in the place he is. But he's fun as just a crazy psycho. The only thing though, oh, it's two things. Sometimes this movie, and I don't know what the budget was, but sometimes the movie is shot like it's low budget, kind of like the cinematography is a little jank sometimes. And then the only other thing is, this is not really a spoiler, but towards the end of the movie, after our hero is saved from the psycho by the cops shoot the bad guy once, like in the chest, kind of, or like abdomen, and he falls out of frame. And the two detectives are like, okay, let's get you and your girlfriend out of here, sir. And I shit you not, as they're walking away, the one detective, her partner, the like older guy and kind of like middle-aged woman, he's staying behind and he's like checking for something or whatnot, and gets killed. He gets shot through the back of the neck by the lead bad guy because they just shot him once in the abdomen and he fell over. They check his body in the scene before they check him and they're like, yeah, this guy's done. And they just leave it at that. They don't kick the gun away or take the gun away. And then after
Yep,
the partner
don't get
dies,
deader than that.
the main female cop gets shot in like her hip because they just didn't kill him. They didn't check to see if he was still alive. It's just, I mean, granted, if they would have killed him there, we wouldn't get like the final 10-minute action sequence that's very, very fun. But this movie, I actually, let's go crazy. We're gonna put it at Cocaine Bear.
All right.
I've been thinking about this, but I honestly think it warrants the Cocaine Bear. It's better than movie that exists. Uh, Crazy enough to where I had fun watching it, but it's not like a. It's different than like Ballerina.
Yeah. Okay.
Ballerina is like tactical action, and Novocaine's like, hey, Cocaine Bear action.
Neja 2, another one of Messer's failed excursions. He has forced
This
me
one,
to review this alone.
I had to get through a full Neja to get to this one. There was a barrier to entry.
Did you get through the first Neja?
No, absolutely not.
Neja 2, if you weren't aware, is the highest grossing animated movie of all time. And one of the highest grossing movies of all time. It is up there amongst the ranks of Avatar, Titanic, Avengers. And I'm gonna be honest, I've watched the first Neja, and it is not good. There are moments where it is cool, but it's not very good. It's got too much pissy poo poo, fart on your face, bottom of the barrel humor, paired with really ugly looking animation most of the time. And then like every once in a while you'll get like a really cool scene. But like it's not enough. The first movie is not very good. This one is much better than the first movie. We've got less of the annoying humor, although it's still there, and when it's there it sucks. I still hate it. It's not funny. But the cool moments are much more prevalent. The action in this movie is really cool. It's really sick. In the first 2/3. And I will explain. I think this movie starts okay, and then it gets pretty good in the middle, and then the third act, it got to the point where I was like, I don't understand what the fuck is happening. I'm lost. You've lost me, movie. Because it's kind of I think the biggest problem this movie has is that it will say and establish things and then just ignore those rules entirely. Like, shit just happens in this movie, and you're just kind of have to just deal with that. Like, Neja's parents are regular people. They're like you and me. They're like trained warriors, sure, but they're not deities. They are not spirits. They're just normal fucking people. And in the first movie, they are just normal people. They cannot, like, they're capable as warriors, as people, sure, but that they can't be fighting, gods and shit like that. In this movie, in the climax, they are flying like Superman. They're flying around like actual deities, and I'm like, what? Whence? How? What do you mean? They couldn't do this before. What is going on? I don't understand.
They did a they did a
Oh
couple
my god,
squats
there's a character. I have to
between the
show you this
movies.
character. This character's design is insane. Look at this man. Look at this man. Look at this man's
Dang.
head. This man's head is insane.
Bro,
This is not
My brother is
exaggerated, by the way. This is what he
Chinese-
looks like in the
China's
movie.
coolest grandpa.
my brother is bulbous.
That's the bad guy.
Well, he's the twist villain. You're not supposed to know that. But yeah, he is the bad guy. But that's the thing weird. It's like it saves the twist with him until the third act of the movie. And it's not like the twist with him is unreasonable. It's just we don't have time to like he just goes he goes nutty. He goes cuckoo mode. He turns into a super buff Broly boss baby at the end. And I'm like, what is happening? There's just so much shit that just happens in this movie and it doesn't explain. It doesn't make sense. And the finale just goes on so long. The final battle of this movie is like Helm's Deep level of runtime if it was paced like the final fight in Avengers Endgame.
Wow.
So like just like action scenes will happen and like this movie showed me what makes or breaks an action scene. An action scene only works if I understand what the win condition is. And in this movie, there's so many times where I'm like, I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand how this character's doing this. I don't understand how he's supposed to win in this situation. Shit just keeps happening. I'm lost. It doesn't make sense. It does look cool, but it doesn't make any fucking sense. So I'm just confused. I don't know.
Where's it going?
I don't know. Oh god, where am I putting you? I'm feeling generous today. So you can be invited.
Nejatu is coming to the barbecue.
He's invited to the barbecue, although I don't want to talk with Neja himself. He's an annoying brat little bitch character. I don't like him, but everyone else in the movie is pretty cool. Except for his mentor. His mentor also sucks. But Ao Bing is cool, and the dragons are cool, and everything with them is very cool. The leopard spirits are cool. It's just unfortunate that our main character is very annoying and kind of grating. This is a shonen movie. This is what I would describe it. This is as close to live action Dragon Ball as we are ever going to get. In the sense that like rules will be established and then characters will just do shit that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Esteban, we have a live action Dragon Ball movie.
Oh right. This isn't even live action. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
What are you?
I don't even
What
know
are we
what I'm
talking about
saying.
here?
I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what's going on. This movie's baffling to me. It's like simultaneously so cool, but also just sometimes it just has tonal whiplash and it doesn't make sense. There's a plot point in the beginning of the movie where he gets a new body and they're like, "Don't push your body too far, otherwise it could break down. And if your body breaks down, you can't get a new one." He does things in this movie that are insane. He blows up an entire mountain on his quote unquote fragile new body. And I'm like, if that doesn't bust his body, I'm sorry. There's nothing that's going to break it. What are you talking about? And then the thing that finally does break his body in the finale is he gets impaled by like a bunch of glass shards from the inside of his body, and he literally rips his body apart from it. And it's like, oh, well, his fragile body broke. That would have killed anybody. What are you talking about? Oh my gosh.
You don't understand. If he had his regular
If
body,
he
he
had
would
his
just tank
regular
that.
body, then
He
he
would've
would
just
have been
tanked that shit.
fine ripping out the glass fractal skeleton that was literally within his own bones. I don't understand. And then he regenerates from it, of course, because there's fire around him, because he's the fire spirit that totally regens his entire body. Don't question it. The movie's gonna move on and do some orange change shit in the next 5 minutes. This movie's wacky. It's not as good as people are saying it is. I think people are way overhyping this one because, again, it's got like that shonen cool action where it's like, wow, this is awesome. I'm looking at characters punch and kick each other and blow shit up, but the writing is not really that good. Okay, I'm done. I'm done yapping about Neja. It's time for
What's up next?
the opposite of that movie. Riley, this is yours.
It's so small, I can't see it.
It's Nonnas.
Oh.
Oh, Nonnas. Hey, look, this is probably my favorite heartwarming film of the year. Nonnas is based on a really good true story. A gentleman in New York who works for I think the public transit system. He like repairs the city buses. Played by Vince Vaughn in this movie. His mom unfortunately passes away, and that's a not really like midlife crisis, but kind of like a wake up call for him. Because at the funeral, people come and they bring food, but it's not like his mom used to make, and he very much has this epiphany to where he's like, "Hey, my like best friend in the world has a lot of money. I can't remember why, but he's like he convinces him and his wife to go in with him on a restaurant, and so he opens up this restaurant, and the movie basically is him trying to run this restaurant, but the premise is that he has 3 to 4 Italian grandmas who come in and they are the chefs. Because the premise is that, right, like his mom, that kind of matriarch, food in Italian culture is so heartwarming and worth it that he wants to do a restaurant that focuses on that. It's very heartwarming. You get like because there's only like 3 or 4 quote unquote nonas, you really get time for each of them to develop, and it's really sweet, right? Like they're all different and they all work together really well. Vince Vaughn is really good in this, and I want to all 4 of the grandmas are great in this. And then the best part about the true story is that the restaurant still is open today. He barely makes a penny for himself. What he does, he pays everybody back. And the cool part is that he's expanded since opening the restaurant from Italian food, and they rotate like weekly. They have like literally grandmas from like all over New York that come and cook specialty foods, Jamaican, Indian, Chinese, like everywhere. It's a very heartwarming film. I think it's my favorite like feel good movie of the year. I would put this at I'm gonna say Invited to the Barbecue, actually.
All right.
Like there wasn't really any kind of like flaws or anything that felt like dumb in the writing because like every character feels real.
Mm-hmm.
as a person. Like they have arguments, and yeah, they're realistic arguments. So, yeah.
Alright. What is this? Oh, Now You See Me, Now You Don't. This is the third movie in the Now You See Me series, which is a series about magicians who do heists. And like my issue with like the first couple of these movies is I don't think magic, and not magic like fantasy magic, like magic trick magic, really works in movies, because in a movie you can just cheat, you know? Like you could cut and
Yeah.
have the characters do whatever you want. It's not impressive to me, you know? And that was kind of my issue with the first two movies. But this one is different because it's worse than the first two movies. Those complaints are still here. However, this time, the stakes are oddly lower than they've ever been before. Our villain is not competent or intimidating. And like the magic has been bullshit in every single one of these movies. But at least in the first two it's flashy. Here it's not even cool to look at. Some of the characters in this movie do actually nothing. Morgan Freeman gets shot and dies in a sewer. And the movie just moves on and forgets about him entirely.
Oh,
One of the main characters from the first two movies gets killed off, and it is just not important at all. This is just microwave leftovers from a series that, like, I don't even really like this series that much. I think the first one's fine, and the second one is not really that good. But this one, I would put this in a disappointment. Like, I didn't have high expectations going into this movie because I didn't even really love the first two that much. But, like, what were y'all cooking here? Like, this is just worse. Like, everything is lower stakes for some reason. Why is that a thing in the third installment?
also feels weird that they expanded the cast like tenfold.
Well, yeah, they expanded the cast with a group of new magicians, which I would be fine with if that was the focus of the movie, but this movie is switching focuses incredibly fast. The climax of the movie is about a plot that we have not been privy to the entire time. One of the new magicians is apparently the ancient sibling of the main villainess, and they're also both South African, and she tried to have him killed so that she could inherit the blood diamond industry. And it is told to the audience just like how I told you right now. It is not set up in the slightest. They just tell you that. Like, by the way, this is actually what the finale is about. We're gonna do this now.
Dang.
That's really funny.
Yeah, this movie's not very good. It's not like you could watch it and like it's not like Captain America or like Fixed where like I'm having a bad time. It's just like this movie's stupid, you know? Like this is not this is not very good.
Fair enough.
Now it's time for
Time
Chicken
for
Jockey,
Minecraft.
for I Am Steve, for The Nether,
I'm gonna
Lava Chicken.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna put this movie and invite it to the barbecue just because of the insane, like 2 month social media craze this movie created. Like it's ridiculous.
Counterpoint.
And I love it for that.
Counterpoint. This is
Counterpoint.
a perfect cocaine tier movie.
Oh.
I thought you were gonna say evil cinema.
No, I know one movie on this list that's evil cinema.
Oh, there is one.
I think
I've been trying to
Minecraft-
think, and I couldn't think
I
of one.
think the Minecraft movie is a cocaine bear movie. I think
I
it's the
agree.
closest that we've gotten to the actual movie Cocaine Bear in a very long time.
It.
Because you can
You
watch
know-
the Minecraft movie and have a great time. You can
Oh,
have
yeah.
a great time watching the Minecraft. Is it good? No. Of course it's not fucking good. No one's arguing that it's good. But like
It is. It is a
It's-
series of quips by Jack
Yeah.
Black in the form of a film.
but
And
like
Jason Momoa screaming, which is hilarious.
But like that's the thing is like it's not at no point in this movie is it like cringe funny. Like the humor is not cringe. The humor is so stupid that it just winds all the way back around into being genuinely actually funny again. The scene
Yeah.
where Jason Momoa trips and falls on a bridge, throwing a block of TNT and blows up is some of the funniest shit that I have seen last year. Also, like, the Napoleon Dynamite bits in the real life world are also kind of funny.
Blows up. What is it, like the lemon factory, or
Yeah,
what do they
like,
make there?
Like, it's this town where they only do one fucking thing, and he like blows
Yeah.
up the mascot. I like
I
them
don't
though. The blues like, what are you, a
some kind of
rocket
food
scientist?
factory.
And he's like, yeah, that sounds awesome. And then he builds
Yeah,
an
actually.
actual rocket.
And just because it like, everybody's like super not impressed because it like slightly doesn't work.
It's like,
But also that's because it was sabotaged.
yeah. Like if someone built that at a high school, I'd be like, this is insane. Like what?
This child needs to be put on. Send him to the best university we got.
Right. No, I had a great time watching this movie. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is
Cocaine Bear is the only place it can go.
This is a Cocaine Bear movie, if I've ever seen one. Funniest shit I've ever seen. Okay.
Is it time
I might burn through a couple of these because I don't want to end on like something stupid, like the wrong. I'm just gonna throw the wrong Paris on here. This is such a movie that exists. I have no thoughts on this movie whatsoever. It is a romance movie, and in the first 5 minutes of the movie, you know everything that will happen in the movie. There is nothing.
Oh God, there's still so many bangers, dude.
There's nothing that is original. This is a vapid void of a movie. I do not remember 90% of what happened.
While we're here, Until Dawn, I'm gonna say is a bad movie.
I would agree. Do we want to skip to Until Dawn?
We can.
Okay, we can do Until Dawn. I think Until Dawn is a bad movie. It's not evil though. It's not that bad.
Evil. I don't think I disliked it as much as you two did, because
I didn't even watch it. I just seen clips and reviews, and holy.
It's not. The reviews are misleading. I will say.
It's
not
not
as bad as people are saying it is.
It's not.
It's weird
the
because
problem
like,
is it's weird as an Until Dawn adaptation, because it feels it has almost nothing to do with Until Dawn.
Yeah.
But the movie that it is like fine. It's whatever. It's got some fun killing.
It has some decent kills, which I'm not really a big horror guy, so that doesn't do much for me, I will say.
Yeah.
The cast is good, actually. Like, the actors are all legit. Like, I've seen them in real movies. Like, one of the main girls in this movie is a supporting actress in Marty Supreme. So, like, this is a legitimate cast. But, I mean, it runs into the problem that a lot of bad horror movies have, where the story makes no fucking sense at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense, like, in the slightest. And then they're always going to have the last scene with the bad guy, and he's going to be like, oh, I'm going to explain everything. And then he says a bunch of nonsense that still doesn't explain anything at all what's fucking happening. He's like, oh, well, fear is my study. And I'm like, okay, how did you make a pocket dimension, though? That doesn't explain
Yeah. There's that, and it's a film that is so weird about what it chooses to focus on. Like, we'll spend forever in that first witch house, but like it doesn't really mean anything.
No, nothing in this movie means shit.
And then at some point we find the Wendigo version of the main character's sister, and it feels like we spend like 2 seconds on that.
Oh right, I forgot that happened. Right.
Yeah, it just happens, and then we move on.
That's like the inciting mystery of the movie is we don't know what happened to her sister. We do know what happened. She gets turned into a Wendigo. It's not really that important.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so odd. It is a bad movie.
Yeah,
I don't know.
This is bad. It's not good. The time loop thing is never really explained that well. That's the thing. It's like, it's hard to talk about this movie because Like you could
You
like
gotta
you could talk about
survive
like the
until
kills,
dawn.
like right? It's got cool kills, whatever. The performances are decent, but like the building blocks of the movie just don't make sense, and it makes it very hard to talk about.
You gotta survive.
You gotta survive the
Survive until
pocket
dawn.
dimension that is not explained in
And that
methods that
cheats.
are also not explained, and you're gonna get out in a way that is not really explained either. So, do we have anything else in here that I want to throw up? Witcher movie. This is a net positive, I think.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. It's made by the same studio that animated Legend of Korra.
Mm.
So the action's pretty good. It does have an ugly CGI creature at the end though. It's got like that
Dang.
like 2000s animated CGI, where they were like just throwing CGI creatures in the movie before like the tech was really there.
Yeah.
It's kind of got one of those. Oh, that was ugly at the end of the movie. I did not like that.
Dang.
But all the other action scenes are pretty cool. The story's whatever. It's not bad. It's not great. The characters just kind of whatever. They're not bad. They're not... Honestly, the only reason this is a net positive is because the animated action is actually pretty cool. He fights like a fish dude in the middle of the movie, and it's like pretty fucking sick.
Very cool.
Oh, and they got the voice actor from the games to voice act him as well. So I thought that was pretty neat.
Dang.
Not a bad video game
Bring back
adaptation
the old head.
as far as video game adaptations go. We've got Minecraft movie and Until Dawn on here, so it's not like we're batting really high at the moment.
Don't forget, Five Nights at Freddy's is there too.
Oh right, yeah. How could I forget that movie?
If you want to just throw the amateur up there in movies that exist, you can do that.
Okay, we'll throw amateur up
Because this is the most. You've got a box set of things that you can do in an action movie. This is that movie.
here.
Except it's just starring Rami Malek. That's it. It's just Rami Malek's action movie.
It's got
That's,
Morpheus in it too.
he does some stuff with like he's a gadget guy, but like I don't know. It's an action movie. It's on the Sci-Fi channel when you're scrolling at 11 at night in a hotel room, and it'll be on.
Yeah. Right, what else can I just throw up in here? Predator. I'm just do a double knockout round for the Predator movies. Killer of Killers is a movie that exists. I'm sorry. As is Predator Badlands.
Oh, really?
I'm
I
sorry.
heard good things about Badlands.
I don't see it. I don't understand. I get it. The Predator monster's cool. I watched the original Predator to prep for these movies, and the Predator monster's cool in that movie. But these movies are not. Killer of Killers is a 3-episode miniseries that is mashed together and is attempting to come off as a movie. It's doing the what if thing where we've got 3 completely disconnected stories about predators throughout history fighting different warriors in different societies, which I'll admit is a kind of a cool concept for a miniseries. I think Killer of Killers would have worked much better as a show instead of a movie, because as a movie it doesn't really work. And then in the finale, they all team up to fight the big predator, and it's just kind of like, all right, I guess this is what we're doing. There's not really a thematic through line. The action is cool. It is cool, but it's not as cool as it thinks it is, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of Badlands has different issues. It still has the issue of this movie thinks that it's the coolest fucking thing you've ever seen, and it's only like mildly cool. It's kind of ugly. Badlands is kind of an ugly movie. Like, the CG isn't bad, but it's very gray and dimly lit and not pretty to look at. And the biggest sin that Badlands commits is the premise of the movie is pitched to us, right? Predator goes to Super Hell Planet to hunt the biggest monster. All right, I'm in. I'm on board. Except That's not actually what happens. He does
Oh,
that for like a little bit, and then he picks up his plucky android friend, and then the movie is actually about found family. The
dang.
Predator movie. It's
Well, he
about
found himself a
how
family. He picked it
your
up. He
real
took it with him.
family is the people and the connections you make along the way. That is what the movie is about. That is the central theme. And I was like, I don't really care. I don't need to see the Yaochua, the monster, have a wholesome relationship with this little alien dog he finds. I don't, and it's like
Hmm?
the predator creature was not designed to emote emotion. It is designed to be scary and freaky. So when you're trying to make this Lovecraftian horror emote in a way that is trying to make me feel something, it does not work at all.
I see.
Dang.
And like there's occasionally a couple of cool moments in here, but I don't think it's enough to even be a net positive. I think arguably Killer of Killers is closer to being a net positive just because it being animated lets it get away with some cooler stunts. But also another thing I forgot to
Hmm.
mention, Killer of Killers, the animation is cool except when it isn't. It is very weird looking. Like sometimes it'll look cool and then other times it will look really bad. Like it will drop to like 5 frames a second at times.
Ooh,
Dang.
And like not for the stylistic choice. It's like, oh, we ran out of budget and we don't feel like animating these characters.
what do we got next? One battle after another?
We can do one battle after another. Do we have anything else that we want to throw in here? Yeah, well, let's just do one battle after another. We should do one that
Yeah.
we've all seen. We've all seen one battle after another.
Okay. This is in my top 5 for last year.
Is it in my top 5? Let me
It
check.
was pretty good. I don't know.
It is in my top 5. It's
I
number
have
5.
I have complicated thoughts about this movie.
I will say, real quick, I do think one of my favorite cinematography moments of movies from last year is the car chase scene at the very end.
I was gonna say something about the car chase. That's like one of the coolest scenes I've seen in a movie recently.
Like, it's so fucking cool. It's so tense, too, but it's so fucking cool.
Yeah, I like how it uses like the hills to like make things out of frame. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
feel like tell me if you guys agree. I feel like the movie I kind of I don't know. I was kind of annoyed by it a little bit at the beginning. I don't know, it was just moving too fast for me. And then we get to like the time that it actually wants to focus on, like 16 years after the fact,
Mhm.
and I'm like locked in. I feel like once it gets there, I'm like, this movie's great. But before that, I don't know. I wasn't really vibing with it.
I like the intro. I think the one problem I have with this movie is I think it pulls its punches a little bit.
Hmm.
I don't think it's as radical as it wants to be.
That's a good observation.
And the only reason I say this is because the movie has a little cameo of Plight of the Algiers, which is another movie about revolutionaries that does not pull its punches at all. That movie is insane and like really really good, and yeah, that's like one of the best depictions of a revolution I've ever seen in a movie. And I wasn't thinking about it, but then it was in the movie and I was like, "Oh no. Now you've made me compare, and now I don't know. No, don't do that."
I I think first off, or secondly, whatever, whichever. I do want to say, I really hope Sean Penn gets Best Supporting
Supporting
Actor.
actor, I agree.
My
Yeah.
God, he deserves it, dude.
That
I
guy's a
loved him
freak
in
of
this
nature.
movie.
That guy's a freak. The scene where he comes up behind Leo and he's like, "Do you like black women?" I was
Do you
like,
like
"Oh my
black
god!"
girls? And Leo's like,
Actually,
He
huh?
just turns
And he's
around
like,
baffled because, like,
turns
what would
ar-
you do
Yeah.
if a man just comes up behind you and asks you that question?
and then he stares him in the face and he goes, "'Cause I love them."
It's like, what the
Like, whoa! And
my
then the
God.
scene where he's talking with the daughter and she's like, she's like, "You have lifts on your shoes?"
She's
And then he
like,
goes,
he's like, "You're wearing
I
a
am
I'm not a
not-
homosexual.
I'm not a
"I am not a
homosexual.
homosexual. I am not gay."
I am a Christmas adventurer."
Christmas adventurer.
Shit was so. Oh man.
Oh, I will say, as a comedy, I don't have any complaints. I think this is a 10 out of 10
Oh, no.
comedy.
I think,
Yeah, as a
this
comedy-
movie's great in
Dude,
that
As like
aspect.
a political
Leo?
drama, I have some issues with it, but as the comedy bits are great. That's
Leo busting out his like Spanish and like the whistle is really funny.
the
When he
bit-
was
the
pulled,
bit
when he
of
pulled
him
up to the guys.
on the phone and he can't get a fucking
I
charger.
can't get a charger.
He can't get a charger,
Yeah.
and then he finally does, and the guy still won't give him the password.
That, oh my god. Can we talk about the actual the goat of this movie, Sensei?
Benicio del
Oh,
Toro.
dude.
Yeah,
Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, he's had a great year.
he might. Sean Penn. Sean Penn is really good. I think I prefer Benicio del Toro. Or, that's his name, right?
Yeah, Benicio
Yeah.
del Toro.
Yeah, I think I prefer him in this. I think he is like, I don't know. He's a beam of light in this world of darkness that they live
Yeah.
in. He's in it. I don't know. When he's like shimmying and dancing after he's been pulled over for drunk driving at the end, and he's got that smile on his
How many
face.
beers have you had to drink? One or two
Oh,
small
just,
beers.
You want to, just a couple. That might be the biggest smile I've had on my face watching a movie in a while.
Oh,
I don't know.
man.
He's incredible in this. Him just
I-
leading around. Him just leading around. Bob Ferguson, and he just genuinely trying to help this guy. And
Bob is a stoned
Bob
idiot.
Bob is an actual maniac on so many drugs, and so much alcohol. Oh my god.
The scene. This is the most pro drunk driving movie I think I have ever seen.
Oh, dude.
my gosh.
Before we move on real quick, one of the funniest comedic moments watching this with my dad, and they're interviewing or they're talking to the one Christmas adventurer guy, and the old dude goes or no, Sean Penn, they're talking to him and he's like, "She forced herself upon me." And the one old guy goes, "A semen demon?"
Yeah. I forgot
My
about
dad, I turned to my dad, he was almost crying, dude. As a comedy, it's so funny, and it like you said, Esteban, it almost hits the mark for like the revolutionary political drama.
I don't.
It
It just misses
But
it. It's like there's parts of it that are really good. I
Yeah.
hate that fucking iPhone ass ad ending. That shit pissed me off. I'm like, why did you were right? They are tracking your phones. Why do you have an
Yeah.
iPhone now? This is not.
No. They're gonna use Starlink and not be tracked by the
Oh,
government.
yeah, of course. Duh.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that scene. I was like, what? Why do you have this now?
That's to me, when I was watching, I was like, I don't know. To me, the film felt like it's set in this like revolution kind of thing, but it felt like way less concerned with that
Yeah,
to me
it's
than
like
being
it's like
just
by
like
the end of the movie, it's like, all right, we're gonna go to a protest. I'm like, I mean, cool, good for
It's
you,
just sort of-
but like that feels kind of flaccid for everything
Yeah,
else that just happened.
it feels like all the revolution stuff is like set dressing for like the rest of the movie,
Yeah,
for like the stuff they actually care about,
yeah, I think
which
they're-
is the freaks in the in the Christmas Adventure Club and Sean Penn and Girl Bob.
yeah.
I think this is
I think
highly recommended.
yeah, I would put this in peak, honestly. I think it's good enough to be in peak.
I mean,
I hmm, do I think
uh,
this is peak?
It's like, cause
It
like for
is.
every like small complaint that I have with the movie, like even like I've been complaining a little bit about like the revolutionary stuff, I still think it's got tons of great revolutionary stuff in here. The scenes in like where they're just trying to get out of the city with like and the
Yeah.
police officers and like the way they're like inciting riots and stuff like that is all really really good. Um,
yeah,
I think that's played off very very well.
this movie, like it. Oh, you know what? I'll say peak cinema because this is one of the few movies this year that I like really felt something watching it.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to put it in peak cinema, that's fine with me. I think I would go highly recommended still, just because I still am just not crazy about those like first 15 minutes.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
think I
Something
like
about it was weird to me.
I like the first 15 minutes. I just wish it doesn't. I just wish it had more of an impact on the rest of the movie, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it does, but like, there's some stuff
I
that I
mean,
want
yeah,
to
it does,
flesh
but
out a
like,
little bit more.
I don't know.
But I think the comedy in here is
The
enough
comedy
to
is, yeah.
it's really fun.
I'm very fine with it being in peak cinema.
I don't think Anthony's going to show up, so I'm just going to go ahead and do Bugonia.
Okay.
This is a freaky movie. This is a movie for freaks, for freaky little fellas. You got a bunch of freaky characters doing a bunch of crazy ass shit. Jesse Plemons has been robbed. They have robbed this man blind of his Oscar. Give that man an nomination at this instant. I don't understand why he's not up for Best Actor. He's so good in this movie. Because honestly, the movie is just him and Emma Stone and then his brother hanging out in a basement for like the whole movie. And it's really interesting because it's kind of the movie's about like he believes that Emma Stone is an alien who has come to Earth to destroy humanity. And he's gotten this information from YouTube videos and like fucking Reddit and just, it's about like conspiracy theorists and kind of like how people turn to these insane fucking theories to try and rationalize like terrible things that are happening in the world. And when it's about that, and like honestly, I was super duper engaged the whole time. The one thing though that I'm not 100% sold on is the ending. And I kind of knew it was coming, but I was kind of hoping it wasn't, and then it did. I don't know. I don't know if y'all care for spoilers in this movie or not. I don't know if you're planning on watching it because it is up for Best Picture, even though I don't think it's going to win. But do y'all care for spoilers?
No, you can go for it.
Yeah.
The twist at the end of the movie is that he's right. She is an alien.
Huh.
And it's interesting, but I don't know if I like it or not. It's like the sort of the message they're going for is like even if she was an alien, she is not what's causing the problems in society today. Like the world would still be fucked either way, which is kind of an interesting take to go about it. But also, like I don't know. I was like kind of it came and then I was like I feel like it makes it interesting to think about, but I don't know if I liked it all the way or not. I still think it's really really good, and the performances are great. I think this is still honestly this is a highly recommended. Just off performances alone, it's not quite peak. I think this is worse than Hamnet. I also think it's worse than Frankenstein. I do think it is. I wouldn't be in my top 10 for the year, but I'm not mad that it's up for Best Picture. What is this next one? Secret Agent. Okay, I'm going to try and burn through these real quick. Secret Agent is another one that's up for Best Picture. This is a Brazilian movie, and it is about political killings that were happening in the country at the time. It's very interesting. However, I think it is more interesting to study what the movie is about than it is necessarily to watch. At the end, it picks up, and it's and that ending sequence is really good. And I like hanging out with the characters, but the movie is very slow. It's a very slow movie. And I think that holds it back a little bit. I still think it's good, but it's going to be around Bugonia level of good. Seas is a documentary that I watched at a film festival. I liked it. Very informative. Made me hungry when they were frying up fish. It was about farmers and how they can't get access to funds that they were promised, and kind of how that works. It was interesting. It was informative. I thought it was, and it's shot very. It's in black and white. It's very pretty looking. One of them days. Did either of you guys see this one?
Does it have Kiki
It
Palmer
is
in it?
Kiki Palmer. Yes.
I did
And
not see
SZA.
it. I remember the advertisement for it, but I did not see it.
Yeah. The movie that exists. It's just kind of, and it's like, this is like a cheap fucking movie. This movie is like a straight to TV kind of movie. It does not.
Ah,
So like, I'm not gonna judge it too harshly on that standard. It's kind of funny sometimes, but never like super duper funny. Yeah, I don't have too much to say about it. It's fine. It's fine for what it is. You could watch it and have an okay time, but I don't think you would ever be like craving to watch it for any reason.
Fair enough.
Sentimental Value. Seen this? Have y'all seen this?
I have not.
Riley, did you watch Sentimental Value?
which one is this one?
This one was Stellan Skarsgård, and
Oh no.
okay, I'm gonna just throw this one invited to the barbecue. It's good and it's interesting, but it's not as compelling as I thought it was going to be. I don't want to like I wouldn't call this movie pretentious, but it it didn't really hit for me on the emotional side of things. And like the things it discusses are interesting, but I don't it feels self-important at times, I would say. Is the best way to describe it. I thought it was good, but not as good as it thought itself was. The performances are very good here. Stellan's all the two main actresses are really good. Stellan Skarsgård is really good. Stellan Skarsgård is a weird one because he's up for Best Supporting Actor, and he's not. He's definitely a lead actor in this movie. I don't understand the thought process there. Like, sure, you could say, oh, well, he's not the main protagonist, I guess, but like, he gets probably the most screen time out of everybody in the movie. So, like, I don't really get the supporting actor nomination there. He is very good in this movie, but I don't think it should be eligible for that. I don't think that's fair. And then the two women are really good in this movie too. I think they deserve their nominations. Is it time for Superman? Is it Superman time?
I guess it's Superman time.
It's time for James Gunn.
Superman.
As the internet says, this movie was proof that James can switch to a whole nother comic book company and the gun doesn't jam.
Yep, unless it's Peacemaker, and then sometimes it does.
Ooh, topic for another day.
It's true.
But we're not talking about that right now.
Unfortunately.
Look, Superman, I think, man, great first movie for the new DC movie universe.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, I mean, I don't know, it was a fun movie all around. It's not like some crazy art nouveau film that
No, but it's not
does
trying to
anything
be.
special. No, but I think James did a great job of adapting what Superman actually is. I'll stand on that hill all day. Man of Steel is not what Superman is, and I think it is a Invited to the Barbecue movie.
No,
Man, you're going light. I'd say
I was
highly
gonna highly
recommend it.
recommend. I
Oh
highly
yeah,
recommend Superman.
I
I
Superman
was
is
going
my.
easy,
I
but
it's
have
not
it currently at my number 8 movie of last year, out of 50. I have it above movies like Frankenstein and Bugonia and Secret Agent and stuff like that. I think it's that
I
good.
mean that's yeah, I mean it is that good. I mean it was amazing.
I think it's really good. I have slight problems with how the story is told. Like I think that first bit where it's like this is the first time Superman lost. I think that kind of it doesn't hit as much because like I just
We don't know
we don't
him.
know this guy
Yeah.
yet. But and I think I think about this movie a little strangely because I think about the other superhero movies that James Gunn has made, which is like the Guardians movies and then like the Suicide
The
Squad.
Suicide Squad.
And I
Those
don't
are
know.
the
I
two
think
movies.
about the Suicide Squad, and I think that's the probably my favorite of all of his superhero movies.
Yeah, I would say the
And
Suicide Squad is probably better than this one.
and I think that one still is better than Superman, but I don't know. I Superman is close to that for me. It's
Yeah,
it's reaching for that, which I think
I think
speaks pretty highly
I
of
think
it.
Superman. It did so many things for me. Like I was not one of those people who was like diehard hyped for the new Superman movie. Like I was like sure, like I'll go watch it, but like I don't need this to be an amazing movie. My day will not be ruined if it's not very good. Um,
Yeah.
and then same thing with the new DC universe. Like I would like it if DC movies weren't ass for a change, but I've been living in a society of shit DC movies for a very long time. So I'm used to it at this point, I don't really care. And then honestly, even like stuff with like Marvel, like I'm fatigued. I don't really care like what's happening in the MCU at the moment. But this I was like, you know what? I'll tune in for this universe. I would like to see what James is cooking. This movie hooked me. I want to see more. I'm not keeping up with all the shows. That's too much work. But I will watch the movies. Um, yeah, it made me excited. I'm excited to go see Supergirl this next year. I would like to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I it made me really like I am not even a Man of Steel hater. I like Man of Steel for what it is. I don't have that. I think I gave it like a 7 out of 10 or something like that. But this is much better than that. Like I'm not. I will not ever argue that. Um, I think Superman is great in this movie. I like the punk rock stuff is awesome. I like how I think Crypto is really funny in this movie. It manages to not be the cute animal sidekick because they turned him into a menace, which I really like.
A gremlin. Movie ends with him eating Lex Luthor's face.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This movie's really good.
There's there's just one I've thought about this movie a lot because I've watched it like 3 times. Um, there's one singular problem I have with it. Well, I think it looks kind of
it doesn't look the best
slightly
sometimes.
ugly sometimes,
Well, it depends on
but
the dimension they go to is kind of chopped, but
there's one big thing I have a problem with it in this movie, and it's that Superman lets his clone fall into the black hole and die. That I know, I almost guarantee you that that's a setup for Bizarro later or something. But
maybe.
the fact that Superman just lets it happen, I don't know. He's so protective of life in the movie that it bothers me slightly, but it's just a very nitpicky
I
small thing.
guess. Yeah. That doesn't really bother me that much. But
It
yeah.
doesn't bother me that much, but I noticed it on my like third time watching. I was like, he does just sort of let that guy die, but
Yeah. I guess there's
it's
like
fine.
yeah. All right.
He's got
Superman.
bigger problems in the
He
moment.
does. He's got Lex being a fucking lunatic.
We didn't talk about Lex that much, but he's great in that too.
Yeah. We have Sinners here. I'm gonna hold Sinners off
Do
though.
we gonna
Let's
save that for
let's save
later?
Sinners for later. Yeah, we'll do kind of a lightning round Here,
You want me to get like my solo ones out real quick? I can do these pretty
yeah,
quick.
go ahead and knock them out.
Okay. I'll do Smashing Machine first. I'm the only one who watched that. Yeah.
Yeah, you're the only one who's seen Smashing Machine.
Okay. Smashing Machine, quick rundown. Based off the true story of how the UFC came to be, essentially. MMA was primarily a like overseas Japanese thing, to where all the like American guys who wanted to participate pretty much trained in the States, and then they got hired by Japanese marketers to go fight in like tournaments against guys from all over. The movie follows Mark Kerr, a pretty prolific fighter that was essentially kind of like laid the groundwork for the UFC to come to America. It follows we get brief background on his rise to being a very successful fighter, but the film, without spoiling anything really, the film follows his journey after a defeat and what comes with that. And look, I'm not the biggest The Rock fan, considering he does a lot of the same stuff. But if I get another movie like this from him, where he does a role very much like opening himself up like this, I won't be disappointed. He may start to sway me in a different way. I think The Rock was. I don't. It's definitely not like a nomination worthy role yet. I think he still needs a movie or two to get to that point. But he definitely proved he can act in a drama sense. He was like kind of scary good in this, and Emily Blunt was golly incredible for this. I think she actually should get the a nomination for actress. I think that was a snub in my opinion. She played a very, I mean, they're both very dynamic characters with troubled stuff, but this is invited to the barbecue film. Absolutely.
All right.
This was a really good cinematography was really good too from and direction from Benny Safdie.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a good movie.
Do you have
My
any
other solo
others?
one, Life of Chuck.
Life of Chuck. Okay.
Life of Chuck, based off a short story by Stephen King. I think it's like a novella length, so it's like 100 pages or so. The film follows the story of Chuck Krantz, an accountant, and basically, truth be told, I don't want to reveal much because if you really reveal too much about the or anything really about this movie, it becomes easy to figure out and not worth watching it. But it follows Chuck Krantz, his life, and kind of the journey of life that, is the way it is for different people. It is just based off my description, it is kind of that, but it's also not that. It is one of the most profound films I think I've ever watched. In fact, there's a quote it's the very last quote of the movie. I do plan on getting that tattooed at some point soon. Look, it's the whole first act. The whole first act of this film like had me in tears at the end. Like it's 30 minutes, and in that 30 minutes, and these characters really don't show up kind of after this first act, but golly, this film it's in my top 5 for last year, which I'm not surprised a lot of people know about this movie because it was not marketed like at all aside from like a month of the like cast marketing it. But it actually like released in the US in like September, I think. But they like gave no marketing to it in terms of like ads and stuff. But this is a really, really good movie. I'm gonna put this at highly recommend just for the message that it gives, and yeah, is really good.
All right. And then I think I have a couple that I can burn through. The Day the Earth Blew Up is a Looney Tunes comedy that was also received negative zero marketing from Warner Brothers. It did have a very small theatrical release, but I wasn't able to catch it, so I saw it on HBO. It's real funny. It's funny. If you like Looney Tunes, then you'll like this movie. It's also extremely well animated. Like the rubber hose animation is real good. It's not like not an amazing movie or anything like that. It's very much like, you're still within the realm of Looney Tunes, and if that's your thing,
Mm-hmm.
you'll like it. If you're not really a big fan of Looney Tunes kind of comedy, then it might not be your favorite. I will say, like, if you're thinking this is anything like Space Jam, then like no, not that. Like, this is way way better than Space Jam because it's its own characters. But yeah, I had a great time with this one. It's not like a masterpiece or anything like that, but I think this is my favorite animated comedy of last year, and I would invite it to the barbecue. Yeah, yeah, that seems right. And then, Riley, did you see the Phoenician Scheme?
No, that was one of the ones I was disappointed I didn't get to watch.
Okay, gotcha. The Phoenician Scheme is really good. It's a Wes Anderson movie. Now, I will say I'm not super well versed in Wes Anderson stuff. I've seen Fantastic Mr. Fox, and then I watched The Grand Budapest Hotel. And I know I've heard from people that are familiar with Wes Anderson's works that they were a little disappointed by this one. But I think since I don't have that framing, so maybe if I did, I would feel that way, but I don't. And I thought this one was really good. It just he just Wes just has such a way with framing shots and using color and like weird symmetry and stuff like that. It looks so good. And Benicio del Toro is really funny as the lead actor. He's just so like dry in all of his delivery, but like the humor really worked for me here. Yeah, I had a great time watching this. I would. It's kind of on the border. No, actually, I think this is highly recommended. I think most people could watch this and have a really good time. Like it's one, it's a visual kind of masterpiece, and two, the comedy it works. It works pretty well for me. So I think I would highly recommend that one. Master, this one's yours, right? The Running Man. Do you want to knock that one out?
Oh, The Running Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot to put it on my list, and I forgot it was on the list. It's Man, this is a strange movie because I know very little about the Stephen King story it's based on,
The most
and I have
dangerous game, or is that not what
no.
it?
It's
Oh,
based on a Stephen King novel
oh,
called The
okay.
Running Man, and it's also kind of a there was a Running Man film back in, I don't know, like
The
the 80s or
80s.
something, with Schwarzenegger as the main character. And so the whole time I was having vague recollections of seeing that when I was like 9 years old. And I don't know, it's just a strange, kind of fun movie with what's his name?
Glenn Powell.
Uh Glenn Powell being the angriest man who's ever lived in the worst situation, and he's just everyone else in the movie is kind of an asshole moron. I don't know. I would probably put it in net positive. I think it's all right.
All right.
Not like it's. I think it's a step above all the movies that are in Movie That Exists, but it's definitely not invited to the barbecue. There are some fun bits in the movie. I kind of like the bits where it's basically the Running Man is like this it's like a reality show in like a dystopian future. If you're like in debt or whatever, you can go to this show and they'll give you money if you win the Running Man. Where basically you run around the world and you get a head start, but there's like assassins from the show coming to kill you at all times, and anyone else could like also kill you and collect a reward. So there's like they get rid of the other contestants pretty quick, and the way they do one of them is pretty funny because they just run up to him and he goes, "Oh man," and then he just gets shot and dies. Um, But yeah, I think I'd leave it there.
I can probably knock out a couple. Let's do Train Dreams. Train Dreams, I think, is one of my. I don't think it's the best movie that I watched last year, but it might be one of my favorite movies that I watched last year. It's kind of like, just from your description, Riley, I would. It's kind of similar to The Life of Chuck in that it's just kind of about this guy's life, and there's nothing inherently remarkable about it. But what makes it so good is one, it's shot on film, and it's set in like, I think, late 1800s to early 1900s, Midwestern America, and he's like a lumberjack, and I just was thoroughly compelled by it, and I think a lot of that has to do with Joel Edgerton's performance. I think he has the best performance of last year for me. I would put him as my winner for Best Actor because the character he plays is so stoic, so non-emotive, and yet the fact that he's able to convey so much emotion without being able to rely on the crutch of, oh, I'm acting big for this big emotional scene. No, he can't do that because that wouldn't make sense for his character. But you still feel this kind of like aching pain that he has inside of him. I thought that was really, really impressive. There is my one gripe. I do have a small gripe with this movie. It has a narrator, and I don't think it needs a narrator. Like he's not there often. He's like oppressive, but like he'll like tune in every once in a while for scenes. And like some scenes, it's like, okay, sure, I guess this is helpful for me to understand. But then other scenes when it's like he's there in the finale, and I really wish he wasn't there in the finale, because there's a scene in the finale, and it's like it could have been like that scene in Soul when he's playing the piano. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been like that, and it kind of is like that. But the narrator is telling me what I should feel in the scene, and I'm like, no, stop it. Get out of here, you. I don't want to hear you. Pissed me off. Not enough to make me like the movie less. I still love this movie. I kind of want to put it in peak. I do think it's really, really good. Even acknowledging that the narrator is a bit of a flaw. But honestly, that's really my only issue with it. I think the rest of the movie is just beautiful. So I'm gonna throw this one in peak. I really, really like this one.
Nice.
I'm the only one who's seen Wicked for Good. This movie is not very good. Wicked for Good is more like Wicked for Bad. This movie kinda sucks, I'm not gonna lie.
Dang.
The performances are still good. The actors and actresses are still just as good as they were in the first movie, which is very good. It looks a little better than it did. Well, actually, I take that back. It sometimes looks better than the first movie. Other times it looks worse. It's there's a scene with Alphaba, and she's in a bunch of monkeys, and she's in the fucking Halo Infinite hexagon dimension, and it's really fucking ugly.
Uh-oh.
But the main thing holding this movie back is the story is fucking dumb. It's not good. It doesn't matter how strong your performances are or how cool your sets look when your story is this bad. Like, I was watching the movie in the theater, and there were moments where I was actively like shaking my head going like, what? Like, that's stupid. That was so dumb. What do you mean? Like,
Dang.
it actually had me baffled because like it's trying, like the first Wicked is like, it's like, yeah, this is kind of connected to Wizard of Oz, like same universe, but like this very much feels like its own story. This Wicked is like, oh no, we have to connect it to the Wizard of Oz. Like this is we're going to connect it to the Wizard of Oz whether or not it makes any fucking sense. Every character.
Now,
Do you know Bach, the Munchkin guy from the first movie?
Yeah.
He's the Tin Man.
Huh?
And he
And
becomes the
though
Tin Man because Alphaba's sister attempts to read a spell from the grimoire, or whatever the fuck it's called, which we have been told she should not be able to do. No one can read it, so it doesn't, like, how is she reading it? And it's like, oh, well, she can't read it, therefore the spell didn't turn out right. I'm like, no, that doesn't make sense. She shouldn't be able to do anything from it at all. She tries to read a spell from the grimoire to make Bach love her, and it crushes his heart. And Alphaba's ingenious solution to this is, let me turn him into a tin abomination, and I will not stick around to explain this to him at all. She turns him into a tin man and then dips immediately before he even knows what's going on.
oh the funny thing though is the immediate, like, I saw memes when the movie came out about his immediate switch up as a character, because it's like, oh, what should we not do? We shouldn't necessarily harm this lady, and then he gets transformed and he's like, we should kill the witch.
No, because she fucking mauled him. She turned him into a homunculus and then didn't even try to explain it. Like, I was like, Alphaba, what the fuck are you doing? Why did you do that to him? Oh, Fiero, the hot guy from the first movie, he's the Scarecrow. Why is he the Scarecrow? Well, you see, Alphaba gets captured, but then he pulls up with the flying monkeys to save her, and, like, the guards let her go, right? They have released her, and Fiero has them at gunpoint, and then he's like, Alphaba, go with the flying monkeys and leave. I'll hold them off. And I'm just like, what? Are you insane? Just leave. Leave with her. Leave with the flying monkeys, who we have been previously shown can carry people around. Why are you staying here? Her solution to this problem is to go all the way fucking back to her castle and cast a spell that turns him into a straw man, so that way they won't be able to kill him. What? That's stupid. That's so dumb. Oh, you remember how in the first movie, how they're like, Madame Marvel, like, she can only do a couple basic spells, right? She's not that actually good of a wizard. That's why we need Alphaba. That was an important plot point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she can, however, summon a hurricane. She can do that if she wants to. Which, I just...
Sometimes you're in the mood, sometimes you're not.
If she can do that, why do you need Alphaba at all? And then at the end of the movie, when Alphaba has left, she's not even here anymore. The only person here is Galinda, who has no powers whatsoever. She starts threatening Madame Marvel, and Madame Marvel's like intimidated. She's like, oh no, God, what am I ever gonna do? You can summon a hurricane! Why are you intimidated by this woman in the slightest? You have otherworldly powers. Why? I don't... Oh, this movie is stupid. It's so dumb, and I would put it in a bad movie if the performances and the sets and the technical aspects were not so good that it's like crutching up this disaster of a story that is happening around it. Oh my God. It's not... And, like, I remember I chose to watch Predator Badlands instead of watching this the first time my girlfriend went to see it, because I was with another guy and he was like, I don't really want to watch Wicked for my birthday. I was like, well, let's go watch Predator Badlands, right? Watched Predator Badlands, didn't really like it that much. I can't believe that when I chose to watch Predator Badlands over Wicked for Good, that was the right choice. That was the correct option.
Dang.
Okay. That's enough ranting about Wicked. I can't believe people thought this thing was gonna get nominated for anything. This movie fucking sucks. Messer, please inform us on the state of electricity.
Is it time for the electric state?
Yes, it is.
This might be the one movie I have us put in evil cinema. I don't know. It's a movie that I watched and I felt literally nothing. I can see millions and millions of dollars on the screen.
The Russo brothers.
But there's nothing happening.
They're
Why
funneling
am I
money in.
following? Why am I following Mr. Peanut, the robot, and Chris Pratt as like a, I don't know, junker? I mean, I don't know. It's like it's hard to describe because it's an emptiness. It's like I'm watching a Michael Bay Transformers movie, but all the fun Michael Bay explosions and strangely violent deaths are not here. So I'm left with nothing but the robots walking around. Like, I don't know. Like, thinking about it now, I think comparing it to Transformers is apt because I think about the worst of those movies,
Is
like the
this a
fifth one or the
Transformers
second one,
4?
and I'm like, I I think it it might be on the level of Transformers 4 in terms of it, it's a lot. It's somehow more boring than Transformers 4.
Well, yeah, because it doesn't have the Beats pill.
That's true. It doesn't have the Beats pill made of transformium, and uh, and the robot without a soul. But I don't know. There are a couple robots with souls in this movie. One with the soul of a dead child,
That sounds
and
interesting. How did they develop that plot point?
he's just there. Like he was a smart kid, and they're using his brain to power all the Wi-Fi. Um,
Me when I
and,
die,
and,
so you turn
and,
me into a
and
fucking
yeah,
router.
they they turned him into a router. They set up all these big, I don't know, tubes, cylinders on the planet that give cool Wi-Fi and have robots coming out of them. And I don't know. I he- Chris Pratt goes and helps the robots fight for their rights and uh, save his kid brother. And there's an emotional scene in his brain that I watched, and my heart, it did not grow 3 sizes, it did not shrink, it did not move. I think this goes in evil cinema for just how nothing it is.
For how much
For
money they
for how
spent
for
on
how
this.
expensive it is and how nothing it is.
The Naked Gun.
Yeah.
Is it time for the
Baby,
Naked
time for
Gun?
a good movie.
It was
Yeah.
a good movie. This movie was so funny. I honestly, I think my favorite comedic sequence of movies from last year is the scene where they are making the turkey in his apartment and the evil goon is watching
Oh,
through his thermo
really?
binoculars.
That's like one of the scenes that I don't like in that movie.
Oh my God. When I watched that movie for the first time, I was dying at that scene, dude.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my
I
God.
I really
That
like the bit with where they're rewatching the footage of his day and he's like eating the chili dog. He's eating the
dude,
chili dog and then
the
chugging black coffee. He's just trying to find a restroom.
dude, and then don't get me started on he's him believing that rest in peace Leslie Nielsen is an owl and like is helping him, and then Dave Batista showing up and him being like,
That bit
"Thanks,"
was so fucking. They just switch the actor and they don't even tell.
and he's like, "Thanks, Dave," and then they just nothing else is said.
Oh my god, that bit, like when that happened, I straight up thought that they just had were blindly introducing another character with no backstory, which would have
No,
been
it's just
equally as
him.
funny. But no, they just swapped the actor for Liam Neeson.
Oh, and then when Pamela Anderson's character is in his apartment for the first time, and he mentions his wife, and she's like, "I'm sorry to hear that. How did she pass?" And he
Like a
goes, he
cannon.
goes like a cannon.
Oh my god. Yeah, this I think this is the funniest movie of last year. I
I wouldn't disagree with that.
this movie is so I've seen it twice already, and I would watch it
What say
again.
you, Messer?
I think it's pretty good for a film that has. I I'll give you one of my favorite bits is when they're doing there's the photos on the wall of like the previous actors, and they're all kneeling in front of
Oh,
them.
the
And it's
OJ,
it's the one
OJ.
black guy, and he's like shaking his head at OJ.
Oh my god.
I
Fun
think it's
fact:
great.
OJ's
There's just
in
there's
two of those
so
the
many
original movies.
things. Like, this is just one of those movies where like you could just keep listing bits and they're just so funny.
Yeah,
The
it
part where
was
he
so
pulls
funny.
a fully loaded shotgun out of her wig in the
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
pretty dang good.
I think this is a highly recommended for me. I think
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
this
I
is
think so too.
this movie is so funny. I think anybody can watch this and enjoy it. Okay. This is the same thing we've already had. Okay, so we only have Sinners, War of the Worlds, Wake Up Dead Man, and Zootopia 2. Let's do. I'm gonna do Dead Man first because I think I'm the only one who's seen that, and then we'll do Zootopia after that, and then we'll do the last two. Wake Up.
What a final two. What a contrast.
The contrast. Wake Up Dead Man is the most recent Knives Out movie by Ryan Johnson, and it's really good. I think I liked this one. I don't think this is quite as good as Knives Out. I think it's a little bit better than Glass Onion, but I love all of those movies. I think they're all really really good. I think where this movie is at its weakest is with the supporting cast, like the suspects, I guess. The gang of people that were like investigating. I don't think they're I think they're not that interesting this time around. They don't get a lot of time to develop them, which I do think holds this movie back a little bit. However, I think it makes up for it a lot because our central protagonist is by far the best protagonist out of any of the Knives Out movies. He's so interesting. He's got so much to do. There's a bunch of really interesting thematic stuff here about like discussions of both the good and bad of how like Christianity can be used in terms of like politics, but also like how it can be used to help people. And it's done in a way where like both are taken seriously, and I thought that was really interesting and very well done. Benoit Blanc is here. He's great as always, and I honestly think he actually gets a character arc this time around, which I thought was really cool too. Because normally he's just the detective, um, and he's like entertaining in that role, but he doesn't really grow as a character. Whereas this time he actually does have a character arc, which I thought was really neat. Directing is great. Ryan Johnson is a really good director. He always does a great job with these. Yeah, this is a great one. Definitely check this one out if you get the chance. It's one of my I think it's one of my favorite movies from last year. Yeah, I have this at my number 6 movie of last year. I think this is highly recommended. Definitely check this one out if you get the chance. It's on Netflix, so it's not hard to find. All right, time to do our last animated film. It's Zootopia 2.
Zootopia 2. Uh, a pretty good movie.
Yeah,
Pretty solid.
yeah, it's good.
Like I
I
don't
like it.
don't have a lot to say about this. I think the Bong Joon-ho Snake is fun. He's cute and likable and funny. I
Congrats
don't
to
know. The
Disney
swamp
for
is fun.
having their first good sequel and their second good movie of the 2020s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the bit in the swamp.
Um.
The swamp stuff is cool. I think the
Yeah. I like
character
all the
drama between Nick and Judy is actually reasonable. It's not like
good.
annoying. It's
Yeah. I like all the. I don't know. I thought the environments were fun in this. I just thought it was. It felt kind of. I don't know if you felt this way. It felt kind of limited compared to the first movie. In the
Yeah,
first movie, I guess just because we're getting into the city, it's like it's going everywhere. We're
yeah.
doing everything.
We
But
don't
in
have
this movie, we're sort of
anything like the swamp place
we're
is
more
cool.
focused.
I do really like the swamp place, but then everywhere else is. I mean, the tundra is just a snow and wasteland with only snow, and the desert is a
Yeah.
sandy wasteland of only sand. Which I
Yeah.
get that's what the biomes are, but it's not as interesting. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah. And then I was just thinking of something. I've lost it.
I like the Patrick Warburton
Oh,
horse.
yeah, he's funny.
I like the
I was gonna say
lynxes.
the lynxes are fun. I like the I like all the lizards in the lizard bar. I like the way he runs away on the water after they're finished talking to him. I I also like it's like a very minor bit. I like the goat guys who are just at different places every shot they're in. I'd probably put this in Invited to the Barbecue.
Yeah, I would agree.
Let's
Do we want to
let's go
do
over.
the good movie or the?
I want to do bad. I want to end on good.
You want to end
Let's
on
do the
good.
bad.
You want to start with War of the Worlds.
Oh
War
baby.
of the Worlds.
One of truly an achievement in cinema
I
history.
th- I think so for anybody who's been living under a rock and doesn't know about this movie, this was filmed in 2020, back when the pandemic was a thing and most everybody was under lockdown. And main way of communicating was through virtual calls, video chat,
Zoom.
Zoom. That is the premise of how communication is handled in this movie. This sat in some hard drive for 5 years, and then
then it
Amazon
escaped.
decided to
It got out.
let it. It got out. It escaped. This movie sucks. This might be like the worst movie I've ever seen.
I honestly, yeah. I struggle to
Like,
think of
Is
a
it?
worse movie that I've seen than this.
There
That
are
I-
movies
There
I
are
think
movies
I
that
hate
yeah,
more.
I would agree. There's movies I hate more.
yeah,
But I
in
don't
terms
think
of
I've
quality,
this is awful.
have I ever seen a more incompetently made film.
No, there's no way.
I mean,
This
like I
movie
like
sucks.
and like excluding stuff like The Room, which is made with like two guys in a
Yeah,
fucking
that-
basement.
Yeah.
Like a movie with a budget this large. I don't think I've ever seen a worse movie.
No,
but-
it's
but-
really
But
bad.
is it okay? We say this, but is it secretly the genius of a man truly interested in screen-based cinema?
No.
the,
Is it?
the schizophrenic mind of the director, which we will be reviewing again next year when we watch Mercy.
It's true.
Um,
We'll have another of his screen-based films.
yeah, like I remember like we were talking about like Madam Web last year, like as a movie that like is just not finished. Like the audio is really bad, like the ADR and shit like that. This
Yeah.
movie makes that movie look like a finished masterpiece. Nothing, and I mean nothing. There is not a singular thing in War of the Worlds that is working on any capacity.
Don't forget when like half of the US's top officials go and inspect the space meteors that have fallen from the sky. While they're on FaceTime, they're like, I gotta go check this out.
The only thing that is redeeming about this movie is that it's kind of hilarious.
Oh no, it's
You say
super
kind of.
hilarious.
I wouldn't even preface that. I would say this is, aside from The Naked Gun, the other funniest movie of last year.
Not Ice Spice, fucking Ice Cube. Ice Cube's reactions in this movie are so fucking funny.
Oh my god.
They
They're
are
incredible.
incredible.
Ice Cube being, and I'm not saying spoiler alert, don't watch this movie.
No,
Ice
watch
Cube
this
being
movie.
the leader. Ice Cube being the leader of a online
No, he's not the leader.
communist-esque
His son is the leader.
revolution.
He didn't know
His
about
son
it.
is the leader.
He was hunting
but-
the whole time.
He becomes the face of this revolutionary anarchist group.
In like
It's
a
just-
couple hours.
Yeah, in like a couple hours. He also has Roderick help him deliver packages.
via
was gonna say,
Amazon drone.
the fact that there is I would I call it an action scene of an Amazon drone delivery as the almost the climax of the movie
Yeah. And
is just
I love
so
the part
incredible.
I love the part when they bait the homeless man
With
out
the
with an
$1,000
Amazon gift
gift
card.
card.
Risk your life, and then we see off screen the aliens then take shots at where that man was. He died. He died for that Amazon gift card.
Look. And then there's everything to do with how time and the military works in this movie.
Yep. They're all mobilized. They're all dead. They can't do anything.
We had a War of the Worlds in like
an hour.
5 hours.
Oh my god. Oh, and Mr. Agent Shield himself is our twist reveal villain.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Because
the
aliens
collecting
have come.
people's private
they want
data.
Our data. They want to
our
go to the
tasty
AI
data.
centers. They want to just gobble that shit up. And
Oh yeah,
Agent
top
fella
secret
knew.
project.
He knew, and he's like, bro, it doesn't even matter. I'm just gonna make a big data center because we're gonna know everything about everybody. So if the aliens come, it's not even gonna fucking matter, man.
And then they came, and it
then
mattered.
he gets caught. I say caught in quotations. He gets accused of doing this, and then he's like, "You finally figured it out, didn't you?" Oh my god.
Oh man.
Like I don't.
It's evil.
It is.
I don't think this is.
Now
Is
I
this
do have an
evil cinema?
argument for it being evil cinema.
Oh, okay.
You know the footage that we saw in that movie of like
What
shit
stock
blowing
footage
up,
of storms glowing and wars happening?
wars happening? Yeah, those are real. Those
Oh
are
yeah,
footages of
they use
actual
real
people dying that they just edited aliens into the background.
Yeah,
If
they
we
use-
want to throw this into evil cinema, I am not opposed.
That scene of the plane crashing into the ground because
That
its
one's
system,
real?
That's a
Yes.
real. That's people dying.
Also, don't forget, Messer, they use the California wildfire footage.
Oh yeah.
There's a scene of a bomb exploding that's like war footage from like Iran of like an old bomb going off and killing hundreds of people.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's really bad.
That sounds pretty evil to me. I'm convinced.
This is an. Now, is it still worth watching? Perhaps.
Yes. This is cocaine evil cinema.
This is evil Cocaine Bear. This is Cocaine Bear if the people dying in Cocaine Bear were like actual
Were
mob
real.
victims. And like they just put them in the movie. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Truly the worst movie of 20...
Now,
the 2000s. Perhaps
of
greater.
the 2000s, are now, if you're saying that, how would this compare to one of our previous evil cinema recipients, Megalopolis?
It's not even like remotely comparable, to be honest. That's one of those things where like I
No.
hate Megalopolis. I hate that movie. I would much rather watch. I would watch World of Worlds 10 times before I would watch Megalopolis. But like in terms of quality,
That's fair.
it's not even remotely comparable. Megalopolis is like Citizen Kane compared to fucking War of the Worlds. Like Megalopolis is stupid and it pisses me off, but like there are actual things in that movie that are attempting to be something. Like it might
That's
have
fair.
the most nonsensical, like it has a swastika stump in it that's still incredibly that scene infuriates me, but you know, you can't say that it didn't attempt to have a message, attempt to have a vision. There's sometimes a shot that looks kind of okay.
Uh, Now, forgive me if I'm wrong, Esteban, but War of the Worlds has a message.
That's true.
It's
It's true.
it's
We should be buying more Amazon. We should be buying more Amazon products. That is the message of War of the Worlds. Amazon will save us. I should be investing my money into Amazon stock as we speak. Let Jeff Bezos rent out the city of Venice if he wants to. In fact, give him a country if he is to continue supplying us with such pristine cultural pieces of icon as War of the Worlds.
let him have his half of Jarhanpur.
Oh man. All right, let's do our last movie. We are currently
Sinners.
My
about 4
fav-
hours on this.
My number one movie of last year.
Sinners is really
I
good. It's not my number one movie of last year. I will say that, but I
Is it my
do think
number
it's
one?
very good.
I don't think it's mine either. It's in my
It's in my top
top
5.
5 probably.
It's in my top 5.
I
Let's
mean,
just talk about the good before I get into like my very minor nitpicks with it.
Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo, A tier.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
They're real good in
Miles
that movie.
Canton.
Everybody's really good in that movie.
Holy, I
really
mean,
love
everybody's really good.
the vampire guy in this is great.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, Jack
I love his
O'Connell.
I love his little Irish jig with all the ghouls.
all the ghouls and goblins.
Yeah, they fun fact, I mean they shot that. That's not on a stage. They shot that through the night in Louisiana.
That's cool.
It's pretty incredible. I think all of the
Um,
music stuff in this is
Yeah, everything with the music is really, really good.
Oh,
just really
music
really
is
good.
incredible. Ludwig Göransson is an incredible composer. I think honestly, I saw a comment that I do agree with on something. They are like becoming our generation's, or Gen Z, Gen X, their kind of generation's Hans Zimmer. It kind of feels like slowly.
What else has he done?
He did
Ooh,
Oppenheimer and
Oh,
Tenet.
Oppenheimer,
oh, yeah,
Tenet,
he's cooking. He's
Loki.
cooking.
No, not Loki, but
He did Creed.
I haven't seen Creed in
Creed.
forever.
It's not a,
Black
he's
Panther.
Yeah.
like a ton of hasn't really had any
Ooh,
misses.
just based off of that, I think I might like him
He
better than
did-
Hans Zimmer.
He did Venom.
Oh,
Oh,
you
well,
know,
the first one
say
is
what
honestly
you will about the Venom soundtrack. It's not unmemorable.
No, it
that's
isn't.
true.
Venom.
Gosh, the
I guess that would
cinematography in
never
this
be good.
movie is beautiful.
Yeah, it looks really
Oh
good.
my God, like
This is I
one
think
of
this should get best director. I think for sure.
I would. Oh yeah, but is it between? It's between this and Frankenstein for me though.
I think Frankenstein looks really, really good. I think this is a better directed movie. Slightly better.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like I
I
think
suppose.
Frankenstein looks the sets in Frankenstein are so cool, and like I guess it's like different strengths. Frankenstein really has like the grand sets and stuff like that. Whereas like I think the way shots are composed here are better.
Mm.
Like the changing aspect ratios and stuff like that happens in Sinners is really, really cool. Which I guess you guys might have actually not seen that because that's like an IMAX kind of thing.
I noticed it in like the first bit, but I think my brain sort of tuned it out at a certain
Yeah.
point.
It's more noticeable when you see it like in the IMAX because then it's like it's filmed for IMAX, so might not be as noticeable on like the TV. But yeah, great
I say
performances. All the music stuff
I
is
think
really good. Directing's great.
if Frankenstein hadn't released this year, I think this would be my runner up for costumes. I think everything in this movie in terms of costumes looks really great to me.
Yeah.
Especially all the like I don't know, all the vampires look really cool.
They do look
Especially
cool.
how the the main one sort of gets more creepy and monstrous and gangly as the night goes on.
I think the messaging in the movie is really cool. I like the themes. I think the assimilation stuff is really interesting and well done. I like that the Irish vampire is not just. I like that. I like that they made him the vampire and not the clan
One of the
fella.
KKK guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would have been much worse if they had just done that. I think it's much more interesting
Also,
to have someone who is also like a victim of stuff like that to be a part of that. I think that makes it much more interesting.
fun fact, there is an after credit scene for the movie.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, kind of. It's like a mid-credit scene, I guess.
Oh, you're talking about the scene
Yeah.
with that's like the
Yeah,
ending
the scene with
of
old
the movie.
old guys. Yeah, that's like
that's the actual ending.
yeah, it's like
No,
the
no,
actual
no,
ending
no.
of the movie.
There's that, but then there's one after where he's in the church and he plays I think it's This Little Light of Mine when he's young.
Oh,
Oh,
I didn't see that.
Yeah. It's like after that, after those credits roll.
I will say,
Dang.
we've praised this movie a lot. I have one small critique.
Okay.
I don't understand how the vampires work.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
How does
You're
the hive
talking-
mind? How does the hive mind work?
There's the
those who are when you hurt the main one that turned everybody else, they in turn get hurt.
Okay.
So
But
like
I
you're
was
talking
gonna say we're operating on like
that. I'm fine. I'm fine with like you kill the head, everyone dies, except they don't.
well,
because
it's not
the two
everyone
leave.
dies though. I was gonna say we're operating on like I don't know. It almost feels like D&D vampire rules where there's like the real vampires and then there's like the spawn. And
Yeah.
so
I mean
like
that's practically what it is. Like Rennick is the only vampire.
he's like the real vampire and the other ones are all like they're
Everybody
basically like pawns. Like they're not even people when
Yeah.
they're
everybody else,
turned.
and then I guess
I just don't understand
And I guess
how.
once he's dead, I guess they're just sort of let go.
My question is why were they not like affected like everyone else was? I guess.
well, we don't know that because they take off
Well, I
before
know
the
like
final
they
fight.
take off. I get they take off, but like why were they able to take off when everyone else is like dead set on getting the one guy? Like to the point where they won't even try to escape the sun. They'll just all burn out in the open.
I thought it was just because they were separated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little confused on the hive mind bit because it was a little confusing to me. It's like again, this is a very minor nitpick, but it was something where I was like, I don't really understand how this works. But I don't know
If I have any one small nitpick, it's that what's his name? The original blues singer that they hire. What's his name?
Slim.
Slim. Delta Slim. Whenever they whenever they're all running away and he's like, I'll stay behind. He did not need to do that.
I guess he was more so just like, I'm not gonna get away. Like he knew he was fucked.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess. He's old.
Yeah.
But like he definitely could have gone upstairs with them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think overall, like we none of us have talked about it, but that one scene where I mean the guy is singing his heart out in the barn, and then like starts shifting through all the
Oh,
different eras of
that
music
was
and
cool.
the
Yeah.
camera
that's
is like
probably the best
rotating
scene
around the
in movie,
room,
to be honest.
That
and the barn is like fading away, and then it like pans back, and you see the vampires like attracted to the
yes.
sound.
Yes. That
It's just
that
real
scene
cool.
and I think the scene with Michael B. Jordan and Miles Canton when Rennick is like floating in the air dying and the sun is rising and they're like, keeping each other stood up in the water.
Hmm
I think that's beautifully lit and like really pretty. And the scene where they're driving through the cotton field is really pretty too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one of those
That
aspect
wide shot.
ratio changes that they did in the theater.
Oh, I mean, it's peak cinema to me.
Yeah, no, I was not gonna
Yeah.
argue
I've
anything
this
else.
movie's yeah, this movie's going to peak
Uh,
cinema. I think, man, it's definitely it's definitely the best live action movie I watched last year. I'm too attached to Chainsaw Man. I can't separate it. I think I have to treat that as something else. Sinners is probably my number one.
I think I have Sinners at my number 4. I want to say.
I like this list. I think this was all in all a pretty good year for movies.
Yeah, I would agree.
Pretty good years for movies. Pretty not so good year for animated movies.
Animation was not
Yeah.
good this year. It was not good at all. Like, I mean, I like
We have
Arco, I like Little Amelie, but like the fact that I can't have anything animated in peak, I guess Chainsaw Man's there,
yeah, we have Chainsaw Man there, but
um, but like nothing that doesn't require me to watch a TV show.
yeah.
um, yeah, disappointing on that front, but live action was really good. A lot of really great stuff.